Kia ora everyone, no mai, hara mai, hope you're well. Welcome back to Fly Palmy Arena for the second time in Week 7. Sky Broadband Rapid League coming your way. Sal's NBL a little bit later on this afternoon. A triple header coming your way today on Sky Sport in the Sal's NBL. An afternoon and evening packed full of basketball. The Jets and the Panthers about to do battle first. And I think we will have a bit of a delayed start here because just before we came on air, moments before we came on air, that happened. It does not look good, I've got to tell you. Justin Nelson and Natu Tofale with you, and we were all set to get a tip-off in about 3 minutes' time. Natu, as I say hello to you, and I've got a feeling we might be waiting a little bit longer.
Yeah, I agree with you, but...
Did you happen to see who the culprit was, by the way?
No, I didn't. All I heard was potentially someone dunked it and then it just fell off.
It is the Jets' end of the court. We can definitely say that. So there's the Jets players. They were warming up for this Rapid League game, and all of a sudden it's come to an abrupt halt. So we'll keep you up to date with what's happening, but it is going to be a delayed start. Hey, big day of basketball, Natu. Jets and the Panthers here first. Rapid League and Sal's NBL. Then we go to Auckland. The Tuatara up against the Rams. I'm very much looking forward to that contest.
Yeah, that's a big game. Big game for both teams. The informed Tuatara and the informed Rams. So,
well, the Tuatara coming off a 1-point loss. I think it was one or 2 point loss to the Airs. The Rams got up in that dramatic 1-point win, overtime win against the Nuggets. In fact, this is the way it looks for the remainder of Week 7. Of course, Jets and Panthers here now. Tuatara and Rams this afternoon, 3:30 and 4:30. The Airs and the Phi, 6:30 and 7:30 tonight. Rapid League followed by the Sal's NBL. And then a handy little double tomorrow for some Sunday action. We head to the Capital first off. That game also live on Sky Open. The Saints and the Hawks, Rapid League from 1:30, Sal's NBL from 2:30. And then down to Dunedin for the Nuggets and the Giants. The Giants on the double, they're 0 and 8. So I think safe to say right now, playoffs beyond them. What I'm really interested in, though, is the Otago Nuggets, the night and day Otago Nuggets. They desperately need a win to stay in touch with everyone above them.
They do, and if the game against the Rams was anything to look at, that potentially they're getting their rhythm together, so there's an opportunity there for them.
So we're just getting an update, sorry Natsu, just getting an update from the Barter Card officials here and venue management. They are about to bring that hoop down and fix it. It's going to take a little bit of fixing. Yeah,
it's interesting, the shot clock has come off the mount. The shot clock's come off the mount, so I guess it's still working. It's just a matter of placing the shot clock somewhere on the floor.
You always look on the bright side, don't you, Natu? It's still working.
Cup's always full, mate.
There you go.
It's not half.
That's why we've got a delay here at the moment at Fly Palmy Arena. Sorry, to get back to the Nuggets.
Yeah, the Nuggets, I believe, still have an outside chance, and I think they showed some form in that Rams game to get us thinking that they're still potential a team outside that 8, that 6 that could get in the 6.
Well, here's the Sal's NBL ladder. This is what we're talking to at the moment. Saints and Rams look really good, don't they? The Bulls got a win yesterday against the Hawks, home by 8 points. They really cement that position in third right now. Airs play tonight against the Phi, 4v6. That is a big game. The Phi have lost their last 2. Jets about to play here today. They win today against the Panthers, which they should. They will. Mark it down, they will. They will have won their last 4.
Yeah.
So they are in some really good form at the moment. It's the bottom half of the ladder that we were talking to with the Nuggets. So there you go. So the Nuggets sitting in 10th. The Sharks won last night over the Giants. Really good win that was as well. They're in some form, the Sharks. Tuatara Hawks Sharks, obviously well and truly in contention. The Nuggets 3 and 6. Tomorrow they take on the Giants, sitting below them 0 and 8. Nuggets win that, they go to 4 and 6. Sorry, they're in touch. They lose that, 3 and 7.
Yeah. They're out of touch team. Yeah, and the Giants, big pressure on the Giants to get that one as well, Fitch and the boys, they had their loss against the Sharks last night. And they added, McRae and his second import. So, yeah, huge ramifications for both teams. But as you can see in the screen there, we're waiting on the shot clock to...
Yeah. Panthers sitting on watching at the moment. Chengzi Lee, Sijin Matthew, Tishal Singh and Stephen Pye watching on. Different looking Panthers team today. We'll talk more about that a little bit later on, but some injury and illness as well, and also some unavailability of players out for personal reasons. So they've made some changes, and I can tell you, for Jets fans, you'll actually see some familiar faces this afternoon in Indian Panthers singlets, because a number of the amateur players here playing with the Jets have helped the Panthers out and officially been cleared across for the day to help out the Panthers with some numbers. So we'll talk about that a little bit later on, but we do have a delay here at the moment with a shot clock down at one end. Just before we came on air, the Jets warming up, and you can see it at the far end there, the shot clock came off its mounting, so they're going to have to fix that before we get underway. I think it's going to be a late one,
yep.
Manawatū. So the Panthers in town for this one. They're up next on Tuesday back in Auckland at the Stockyard when they take on the Rams. Did you watch the Sharks last night, Manawatū?
I did watch their game.
What did you think?
I think, they're
Sam Timmins to come into that team
Sam
yet as
Timmins
well.
to arrive.
They're in good form, aren't they?
Team. They're a top 6 team, and people forget, they won that first one against the Nuggets in the season. Then they went on a whole bunch of losses, but the last 3 wins have been really solid wins against good teams. They could potentially be a top 6 team. They get Timmins in. He arrives. They got that anchor for their defense, and plus their guards are playing really well. Ashbury and Boone and even Tukar Cooper coming off the bench.
Really good last night. Tell you what, Josiah Alec can go, can't he?
Oh, yeah, he's Mr. Energetic. He's an energizer battery, isn't he?
Yeah, he is,
he's
definitely.
Everywhere, rebounding, blocking shots, shooting threes. I like what I see from the Sharks.
We saw a shot of Corey Webster a short time ago on the Jets bench. I can confirm that Corey Webster is out today. So he's a late scratch, out with a hip injury. And if you were watching in on, there he is, having a chat with Tim McTamney. If you were watching on Friday night's game, the Jets in their win against the Five, very late in the game, Manawatū, he essentially subbed himself out, and you mentioned it straight away that he was grabbing his hip, and we can tell you that hip is causing him some bother, so he's out injured today. I don't think it's too serious. I think it's a little bit of rest and recuperation, because he has been playing big minutes.
Yeah, he has, and he needs that break right now, and the bruising, it'd be a good time for him to rest, relax, and be part of the coaching staff and that support crew for the younger guys who get an opportunity today.
So the fans waiting on as well, just as we are. It's going to be a late start in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. You can see maintenance is underway. That shot clock knocked off its perch through warm-up, so that's getting fixed up right now. So not too far away, hopefully, for a start in the Sky Broadband Rapid League between the Jets and the Panthers. We're going to take a break. We'll be back to fly Palmy Arena shortly.
What's your name? Georgia, how old are you, Georgia? 10. Who is your favourite player? Don't know. Who's your favourite player? Dante. You guys want a lollipop and a sticker? Here we go. If we don't get you, and if you do want a sticker and a lollipop, I'll have the, up there, Bennett will go over that way. I'll have the bowl on my table. Hello, what's your name? Damien. Damien, and who is your favourite player? Xavier Kern. Xavier Kern, you know he's playing for the Panthers today. How do you feel about that? Good, so I think the kids were schooling. Nice, I like that confidence, that's the one. Good. What's your name? Ricky. And how old are you? Who is your favourite player? Xavier. Yes. So you see, we do just have a little bit of a hold up with the clock at the end of the court above the rim. So won't be much longer. Hopefully we can get into it. Alright, for all those sorted, so get yourselves comfy, get in your seats. We'll be tipping off very soon. Alright, well, we're feeling fine. Benny's coming around with my bowl of lollipops and stickers. I'm going to come around with a basketball to play. So hello! Remember, if you do want to win yourself a GJ Gardner Homes basketball, you want to be dressed in green, looking pretty awesome, and stand out, yeah? Alright, making my way in face over there. Totally does it. Slowly but surely, I'm getting there. Hello, what's your name? Amelia, you're looking amazing. How long did it take for you to paint all of that?
Like 5.
Wow, that's pretty quick. Do you want to Jake basketball? Yeah, your wings are good too. You're going to leave that on all game? Yeah, perfect. There you go. I'll give you the word. I might keep cutting out. All right. Let's do it. Let's play it. Stand out sitting in A block because A block doesn't normally get up. A block, let's just say it. My mic keeps cutting me out.
No mai hoki mai, welcome back to Fly Palmy Arena this afternoon. Sky Broadband Rapid League. 3 minutes away from starting, delayed start. Hope you're well. Justin Nelson and Natu Tofale with you. The Jets and the Panthers. I think we've had a little bit of everything so far today. We haven't even started the basketball, Natu. If you're just joining us, a delayed start late in the warm-up for this one. Not sure who the culprit is yet. We haven't sussed that out, Natu, but we believe one of the Jets players went up for a big dunk. Putting on a little bit of showtime, a little bit of razzle dazzle for the early audience in here. And the shot clock came down, and that has been the hold-up. So the shot clock at that end of the floor is now stationed in the corner. It's a pretty big box, I've got to say, as well, isn't it?
It's fortunate it didn't fall on anyone or fall on the ground.
It's a big unit. There it is. There's some serious weight behind that. We saw them taking it down from the top of the goal mound, and there was, 3 or 4 people carrying that. So some serious weight. Yeah. But we've got a couple of minutes now until tip-off. Let's have a look at the starters. In fact, we're going to have a quick look at the Rapid League ladder as it sits at the moment ahead of this game. So we'll bring that up. Nuggets having a wonderful season. They sit up on top with the Saints. That is the top half of the table. Giants got a win over the Sharks last night. As we look at the bottom half of the Sky Broadband Rapid League ladder, Panthers sitting in 7th, 4-4. Very different looking team today. And you can see the Jets 3-7. But look at the points percentage for the Jets. Even though they got 7 losses, they have been by the barest of margins, haven't they?
Close games, close losses.
So that's the way the ladder looks. Let's have a look at the Panthers starters today. They're in the orange. Durham, Beckham, Pern, Perry and Carr. Now there's some familiar names there, usually with other teams. Perry with the Bulls, Pern, of course, with the Jets. Now what we can tell you is the Panthers today got a couple of players out injured, a couple of players away on personal leave, and there's some others that are also absent through personal circumstances. So there is some shift, there's some movement here, and some amateur players from other teams have been signed across to the Panthers for this afternoon. So great to see the teams working together. Fantastic to see the support to help out the team, but they are the changes today. So you will see a few new faces. Starters for the Jets in the camo, as always. Tana Paese, Wynyard, Crowley, Napier, Lambert and Madam Bonazzo. And if there's one thing this team does, they put on a show, don't they? Chemist Warehouse head-to-head as we're just about set to start. This is the way it looks. I think the Jets, odds-on favourite to get up and get a win here, Natu.
Yeah. Jets should get a win here. Be interesting. It's a great opportunity for some of those others.
It is, yeah.
Squad guys for the Jets to get to play with the Panthers, and good to see Morgan Maskell, head coach for the Panthers this afternoon for the Rapid League. Bad coaching this year in the league. So had a good chat to him before the game, and he's enjoying his little stint with the Panthers so far. So
Sam Durham getting a run today. He's just had to get rid of all the jewellery that he was wearing. And we're set to go for a start. So a delayed start, but we're about to get up and running in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Panthers in the orange. The Jets in the camo green, and Wynyard wins it down. It's going to fall into the hands of Lambert, and the Jets will get to go for the first time. No Corey Webster in the Sal's NBL this afternoon, by the way, out with a hip injury. Panthers are in a zone to start off with. Madam Bonanzo.
Thank you very much.
Seen him do that a few times so far this season, haven't we? Just the start the Jets were after. Early games as well. It's a triple header in the Sal's NBL today. Pern on the turnaround, unable to hit from close range, from long range, I should say. Back the other way, foul is called. That's on Hayden Carr, I think, by the looks of it. And it will put Josh Crowley-Napier to the Chemist Warehouse stripe, and he nails the first. This is a high-scoring team as well in the Rapid League, the Jets, aren't they?
Yep. High octane. They're looking to push the ball real early, get numerical advantages, and look for shots early as well.
Here's Brody Perry all the way to the hoop off the glass. Opening points for the Panthers, and he has a turn of speed, Brody Perry. Seen him a bit over the years with the Bulls. You can't miss him. Thadapayesa, his first shot is a good shot. He just feels it out there, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He must love these rims, Natu.
Yeah, he's got a good rhythm going here.
I had a chat with him before the game earlier today and just congratulated him on going past 300 points in the Rapid League, the first player to do so. He is the competition's highest scorer this season as well. And he's pretty relaxed sort of a character, that must be said.
Panthers still in the zone.
Getting through the gap there, Thadapayesa is fouled. He'll head to the stripe. He also has the all-time single game record, 26 points in this competition just a couple of weeks ago. Jets coaching staff watching on. And with Corey Webster out today, we're going to see a fair bit more of Tyson Thadapayesa, I would have thought.
Yeah, we may see a bit more of Thadapayesa, but yeah, as we say, he's been playing phenomenally well in the Rapid League. Yeah, if he gets an opportunity, it'll be good to see him, get some looks to nail those threes, just like that one there. He missed that one. However, stepping up to that next level, it's a tough one, going from Rapid League straight into that starting spot, into that rotation. Obviously, Coach Tony Webster would, he's got to play a role when he comes into that group, and it's a little bit different with starting lineups being a lot more stronger defensively. So, and also the basketball IQ stuff as well. So, but hey, he's shooting the ball well.
Eric Williams Jr. getting the start today for the Jets. Matt Bonanzo hits another three. So that's who's coming into the starting unit for the Jets to replace an injured Corey Webster. Hayden Carr. Perry to Pern. Pern through traffic, just couldn't keep a handle on it and turns it over as the Panthers make some changes. Thadapayesa takes a seat for the Jets.
Panthers are man-to-man now. They're going to come out of that zone.
Crowley-Napier. Gee, they're hitting threes. And this is a team that we have seen over the last few weeks land a lot of threes. This Jets Rapid League team. Foul there called on Matt Foss. Coming in for the Jets today. And it's a nice start by the Jets, 14-2. Perry, one dribble into a three. Gee, it looked right on target too, didn't it? From our position. Madam Bonanzo's had a good start. He's got some space here again, and he banks it in.
I don't think he called that.
He's a perfect 3 of 3 from beyond the arc to start this one. Pern found a gap. Lovely work on the left, Xavier Pern.
Yeah, really sliced through the keyhole there, and a nice finish with the left hand. Ross back to Toko Wynyard. Oh, that's tough. That's tough, the big fella. And there's Kyle Lambert with a short 2.
Callum Wild out there wearing the number 17 for the Panthers. He's got the job on Wynyard at the moment. Foul there on Josh Crowley-Napier. 19-4 start for the Jets. Saw Brodie Perry a moment ago. He's got a new singlet to add to the collection here today. Stepping in, cleared over to the Panthers for the day to help out.
Pick and pop, go screen there from Xavier Pern.
Got a whistle here. There's 4.4 to play in the quarter. Just wonder what the fix-up is here. Going to be a timing issue. Barter card official Sam Pan. Looks like everybody's happy, and it'll be a Panthers ball. So they should get the last shot of this opening quarter. It's been a Tinashe Manawatū special. Wild looks out. In fact, he's travelled in the end. So late turnover right on the buzzer, and that'll do us to quarter time. Big start by the Jets, 19-4. And Tinashe Manawatū with 3 threes in that first quarter. Might just be 1 second left on the clock off that travel. So that's why the players are back on the floor. They're going to try and get something out of this. The Jets, late shot from midcourt. Oh, and it's gone in. Josh Crowley-Napier. Well, that's what you can do with 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. How about that for a massive first quarter from the Jets? 22-4. What a start. And all smiles on the sidelines. Have a look at this. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. If you don't mind. Nothing but net from beyond midcourt. What a finish that was.
Jets in total control. You know, 22-4, and that great buzzer beater just over halfway from Napier.
Large veggie pizza, that's this week's special with thanks to Sal's. Get your lips around that. Looks good, doesn't it? $31.99. All the codes, all the details there on screen. That's available until next Tuesday.
Morgan Maskell just giving his troops some final messages.
Got his work cut out today, hasn't he, Morgan?
Yeah, he has. It's got to be tough when you're coaching. You know, you've got guys that are in your team that you haven't coached before. But, you know, basketball is a universal sport. You know, people should, you know, players should know what terms and...
I think he's got five new faces today or thereabouts. I think 5 new faces. It's 4 or 5, and...
He's got 1, 2, he's got 3 from the Jets.
Yeah, I think 3 from the Jets and 1 or 2 from the Bulls. So I think 5 new faces for this afternoon's games. And I spoke to him a few hours ago as they were having a walkthrough and just getting to know each other. And he said much the same as you. Hey, universal sport. We all play it. We all love it. Just want the players to go out there and put their head down, go hard, and enjoy the game. Enjoy the opportunity. To your point earlier on, just a chance for them to, you know, show the other teams and show the other coaches up and down the country. Yep. Take the opportunity. And that's what they're doing. Matt Foss at the Chemist Warehouse. There is Morgan Maskell watching on. Foss lands the second one, opening point of this second quarter for the Jets after that big mid-court 3 to finish off the first quarter. Unlucky miss there for Perry.
Yeah, he's...
And Brodie Perry is one player out there that'll have some familiarity with Morgan Maskell. That'll go down for Toko Wynyard. Because, of course, Morgan Maskell coached the Bulls a few years ago, didn't he?
Maybe 3 seasons ago, yeah.
So he would have had Brodie Perry with him as a youngster back then.
Yeah.
Nice shooting form there from Tatoko Wynyard. Perry searching, working his way inside. Good hand in there.
Hands there from Hikaya Lambert. Good seal deep in the keyhole when you go past the Hikaya Lambert, and he gets him one.
Another foul underneath, this time on Hayden Carr. Just got too much size, haven't they?
Yeah, they have.
Panthers.
Good look there from Tatoko, because, you know, he could have taken that up himself, but, you know, Hikaya Lambert made a good cut in the dunker spot and finished it with a layup. There he goes, just underneath, and nice finish.
And he'll get the one bonus from the Chemist Warehouse. Gee, it looked flat off the hand, didn't it? Yeah. But was able to get it to go. Of course, the Panthers do have a big centre, Shengzi Lee, but no imports are allowed to play in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Pern underneath, battling hard.
He's not afraid to get in amongst the trees. Great finish from Xavier Pern.
He'll get some really good burn today as well, Xavier Pern. Expect him to play some big minutes in the Sal's NBL this afternoon, so a real opportunity for him to showcase his talents.
Yeah, absolutely. As a young player, you always want to get an opportunity, but those nerves, they're the things you got to calm when you get on the floor and remember what the tactics are or the coaches want you to do out on the floor. Loss with the miss. With the miss from the Chemist Warehouse.
Seeing the bonus at the moment with the fouls. I reckon Tatoko Wynyard has a blood nose on the court at the moment. He's asking for a sub. I reckon he's got a blood nose. Keep an eye on that. He's certainly signalling to the bench.
Twice old ball action there. Pern looking for his three.
Oh, went for the step back and then went again. Draws contact. So here's Tatoko Wynyard. He has got a blood nose. So he takes a seat. Not 100% sure where that happened, but in fact, it actually looks like a cut on his cheek. Just need to get a closer shot of that. I thought it was a blood nose. Oh no, it is a blood nose. There you go. That's how you deal with it. Corner 3. Hayden Carr wasn't too far away either. In fact, Sam Durham it was. Tata Paese. Mata Bonanzo's already landed 3 triples. Gets on the drive this time. And he'll head off to the Chemist Warehouse because of this Panthers foul trouble. Foul is on Sam Durham. Getting his first opportunity in the competition here today. I believe Sam is a local out of South Auckland. Stepping up for the Panthers. Mata Bonanzo having a nice game. Here's Pern. Wild setting a couple of screens. Wants it inside, gets it inside. Does he get it off the glass to go?
Oh.
Not quite. I think Tata Paese just did enough to put him off his shot there, and now he's going to take one of his own.
Good contest. Wild with the contest. Pern with the ball coming down quickly.
Oh, he's got his eyes lighting up at the moment, Xavier Pern. Nice little hand in there from Hikaya Lambert. Mata Bonanzo, Tata Paese, they raffle it, and it'll be Mata Bonanzo to finish with 2. Might get Mike Lacey to check the record books for the biggest score in the Sky Broadband Rapid League, because the Jets are on pace right now.
They're on pace for 80 point pace.
I think it sits at about 50, no, it's 60. I'm pretty sure it's 60. Sits with the Rams at 60. So that'll be the target to watch. We're just going to get a wipe up on the floor here, and you can bet your bottom dollar that that is going to be Tatoko Wynyard's blood. That's what it'll be. So, as if this game needed any more stoppages. We've already had a late start due to a shot clock being knocked off its mountings. This happened right before we came on air today. This is the warm-up. Oh, we found the culprit, have we?
Yes,
Toko Wynyard. We've finally found the culprit. That's why we've got a delayed start today. And not only that, he's delayed the game again now. Big Totoko with the blood nose. So, well done to our production team. They've been trying to find the culprit of that, because that was before we came on air, mind you. So the cameras were rolling. And we now know. So 1.5 to play in this opening half as the floor gets cleaned up. And the Jets lead it 34-6. Having a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats, Tinashe Manabananzo has not missed a shot, has 13 points, 3 rebounds and 2 assists. That's a fair sort of an outing for him so far, isn't it? So just waiting to restart. Gives us a good chance to promote the team merch store with thanks to Sterling Sports. Scan that QR code. Geez, it's not just the fans taking it easy this afternoon. Sharon Martin, Barter Card official, sitting up in the stands, relaxing at the moment. He must have the NZNBL game coming up. I was with Kaysen Bookman on air last night for the Sharks and the Giants, and we were talking about the Sterling Sports online store and favourite strips in the competition. Do you have a favourite, Natu?
Camo, mate.
I told her. Camo. Kaysen didn't believe me. I said, you'd be surprised. There's a lot of fans out there. Back underway, 90 seconds to play in this opening half. I feel like it's dinner time already. Brodie Perry took a lot of steps there, but foul was called on Manabananzo. I think he may have just been reaching around, and that's going to be a couple of shots to Perry. Can confirm, by the way, the Sky Broadband Rapid League highest recorded score by a team last season, as that rolls in for Perry, was in fact the Rams at 60. And I think from memory, Natu, that particular night they played against the Sharks. The score was 60-50, 110 points scored in 16 minutes. Oh, Perry unlucky there. Thought Crowley Napier ran straight into him and literally handed him the ball. But he's called for a foul, and that's going to put Crowley Napier to the Chemist Warehouse. And he leaves that a mile short.
So he makes that buzzer beater and then he beater and then he leaves us a mile short.
You had to remind him of that, didn't you? Misses the second as well. Let's see what the Panthers can come up with here. It's been slim picking so far. Perner's looked good. Beckham. Perry
now he's got the smaller Atapayasek.
Gets the shot up and puts it in. Just got a bit more size, hasn't he?
Yeah, a bit more size and real smart. Real subtle, patient with his shot.
He does have some experience as well over the last couple of years off the glass. Crowley Napier unable to get it to go. Here comes Perry again. I think he'll get some good minutes this afternoon in the NZNBL. And there's a foul called, which will put Perry to the line. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay, here he is. Can't miss him. Both Brodie and brother Corey. They are well known in New Zealand basketball for their extended locks, their mullets. First one is good for Perry. He may be leading the scoring at the moment for the Panthers. He's up to 7 now. Pern has 4. They're the only scorers for the Panthers this afternoon. That one misses. And now 30 seconds on the clock to finish this first half. Paese, Nepia Crowley, Matabananzo, great up fake, step back three. Oh, he's fouled on the shot. And it feels like the shopping at the Chemist Warehouse over this first half has been akin to an afternoon out.
Yeah.
Going down every aisle, searching out every product.
Just for that foul in the corner, you know, it's really important that we teach young players to stay in their stance and not get off the ground. And Manawatū did a great job of up faking and then, you know, sold the dummy, and he just got off his feet and just fouled him. So really important. You know, we keep telling young players to stay on the ground, stay in your stance.
Well, they've been to the line 17 times in the first half. Pern adds another couple there for the Panthers. There's been 21 free throws in this first half. Tata Paese, and we're going to have another three, believe it or not. We're going to have another three. Foul is on Sam Durham. Tata Paese headed to the line. And this is going to take the Jets to 20 free throws in the first half. Mike Lacey, who is our Sky Broadband Rapid League stats guru, he's already confirmed with me that the Rams have the highest ever score at 60 in a game. I'd love to know what the most free throws by any one team is in the Rapid League, because we've got to be right up there at the moment. Should be 3 shots here.
Yeah.
He only took 2, so maybe a foot on the line, and we've got a BNZ player timeout called by the Panthers to advance the ball with a couple of seconds. QR code on screen, ticket to the big game with thanks to BNZ. You know the drill.
Yeah.
Go and put your details in there for a chance to win tickets to the NZNBL this season with thanks to our friends at BNZ, inspiring the next generation of basketballers. Let's see what the Panthers can do out of this. It's a big margin halfway through. Durham to bring it in. Perry on the give back. Oh, rimmed in and out, didn't it? Nice setup out of the BNZ player timeout. Panthers unable to convert. And that gets us through to the half. It's been a long one so far with the delayed start. We had a stop due to blood on the court. And believe it or not, we also had 23 free throws in that first half. Jets lead at 38-13. Let's take a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats to halftime. And at the moment, Natu, it's all about Tinashe Matabananzo.
Yeah, Tinashe with 16 points, Crowley with 7, Lambert with 5, Tatapaese with 5, Winnie with 3. For the Panthers, Perry's got 7 and Xavier Pern with 6. Let's have a look at rebounds. Matabananzo has 3, Lambert 3, Tatapaese, Crowley with both with 2 and Wynyard with 1. For the Panthers, Xavier Pern with 3, Perry with 2. Assists, Tatapaese with 3, Matabananzo, Wynyard, Foss and Crowley all with 1, and Carr with 1 for the Panthers. Blocks, Wynyard with 1, Lambert with 1.
Tatapaese become a bit of a distributor for the team today with those 3 assists. Only the 5 points for him. He does average, 18 points a game in this competition.
Just with steals before we got up there. Tatapaese 1, Crowley 1 and Lambert 1.
So half-time here. Jets lead by 25 at the half, dominating the opening 2 quarters. Good to see some Jets fans in here early for this one as they continue to roll in for the NZNBL this afternoon. A triple header coming your way. Tuatara and the Rams mid-afternoon. No Rob Lowe for the Tuatara, by the way, out with an ankle injury. Corey Webster missing with a hip injury here today. And the Airs and the Phi tonight. I saw Carlin Davison got in a little bit of trouble during the week for excessively disputing decisions, I think it was. last week against the Tuatara, copped a $250 fine.
Yeah, that'd be unfortunate with Tuatara. You know, Rob Lowe with that ankle injury. You know, when you first saw it on the film, it looked like a 2 to 3 week sprain. However, yeah, all the best for Rob Lowe. I hope he recovers and gets back.
Well, with the trade window not too far away in that international break, he may take a few weeks off here just to get 100%. So we may not see him back until after that international break.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what happens in the trade window, Justin.
Well, I think there'll be a little bit of movement. I know that there's a lot of teams talking to each other at the moment. Exactly where they land, we'll have to wait and see. Wild, a little bit of an up fake and a step at the same time. So a travel there, and the Jets will get it back.
Yeah, so you were saying just in the trade window, there could be a number of teams moving players.
Well, I think there's a lot of talk about sign and trades. Of course, you can sign a player and then trade them. Jordan Hunt is one.
Wow.
So we expect to have him back into the competition. Kyle Lambert there with the tip back in. Jordan Nartai is another. Zach Riley's a name that I've mentioned as well. So I expect some sign and trades. A lot of teams talking to each other with regards to those three players. I know the Saints are very interested in Jordan Nartai. It'll be interesting to see how they go about getting that deal done. Tata Payese. Such a nice player to watch, isn't he?
Yeah.
As for other players, I don't know, but I think there's going to be more movement this year than there was last year, as not just GMs and coaches, but also players get their head around it as well. They look at what opportunities are out there, maybe a little bit more money, maybe some more minutes, bigger and better opportunities elsewhere. Drive on the basket there, Sam Durham.
Good defense from Voss. Voss there just walling up.
Matt Foss. Tata Payese, Matabananzo hasn't missed too many of those.
It's good ball movement by the Jets. Fortunately, a shot.
Here's Pern and Perry. Chance, corner three, rims around. He's had a couple of good looks, Sam Durham. Foss, Tata Payese likes his chances here. Up over the top, back of the iron. Rebound by Carr. Perry, corner again, into the hands of Durham. Oh, Wild's going to go wild from up high. Leaves it short on the iron. Matabananzo up quickly. Foss for three. Wild with the rebound and the outlet to Perry. 1:35 to play in this third quarter. Unlucky there, Brody Perry. He looked at a pass, changed his mind, tried to disguise it.
Yep.
Just didn't disguise it enough. Who's going to take over from Corey Webster today? We know Eric Williams Jr. comes in for the start. I think we're going to see a lot of Dante Russo-Nance. Tata Payese will get a lot more minutes, you would think. Here he is right on cue with a triple. It's now 45-13. Perry through traffic up and under. Pern there tried to put it back. Tata Payese, and he's just done exactly the same thing as Brody Perry. In two minds, do I pass, do I keep the dribble alive? He too did his best to disguise it. Not too much getting past the Barter Card officials today. We're keeping an eye on that record 60 points as well. That looks in serious danger this afternoon.
Carr
had a couple of cracks at it. Tata Payese, Matabananzo. He nearly banks in another one. He's already banked in 1-3. Jets are 7 of 14 from beyond the arc today. Perry, dummy handoff. Yeah, turned the corner, got it off the glass. He's up to 9 points now. Brody Perry. Lambert. Crowley Napier hit that amazing beyond half-court shot at the half. Big Wynyard inside, too big, too strong. And now a half-quarter to finish us off at three-quarter time, and Xavier Pern was pretty close with that one. So 3 quarters down, 1 to play, 47-15. Jets racing out to a big lead, headed for a big win. It'll be their 4th of the season. Manawatū, 16 points. Thada Paese up to 10 now. In fact, the only player listed on their Sky Broadband Rapid League team that hasn't scored is Dion Collins, and that's because he hasn't stepped on the floor, Natu. Yeah. So everyone else has scored. Speaking of scoring, here's a nice little win this afternoon. The FIBA starter with thanks to Sky Broadband, $50 a month for the first 12 months. Head to skybroadband.co.nz for that one. Put yourself in the shoes as a coach, Natu, of Morgan Maskell today. He's talking to some new faces, some changes here for the Panthers with injury, illness, unavailability through a number of players. How will he be going about his coaching craft today?
Yeah, I think it's a good opportunity for Morgan. I think he'll be excited about the opportunity to coach this group initially and then the main game. So,
is it about just keeping the messages simple?
Yeah, I think so. And the abilities of the players as well, and their ability to understand what he wants to see on the floor. So that's all you can do, and continue to mix. If I was him, I'd continue to mix up the defense and what they're doing. Zone, a little bit of zone, a little bit of man-to-man. Keep changing it up. Here they're in a 2-3 zone.
Crowley Napier
with the 3 though. Yeah, so I would be mixing things up and not getting too overly, worried if things don't go their way. I think, it's a tough gig, with different players. The chemistry's not there. You haven't played together, but it's just embrace the opportunity to be out on the floor and do as much as you can.
So a couple of baskets for the Panthers to start the quarter as well. Manawatū pulls up. Does he get the roll? He does, the soft touch. That takes him up to 52. 9 away now, the Jets, from a new Sky Broadband Rapid League record. Can they go past the Rams 60? Pern for 3. That one's off. Thada Paese. Of course, the players would have no idea about that record, so it won't be on their minds. Manawatū lucky to get it back. That actually came off the hand of Hayden Carr. Shot clock down to 6. Thada Paese, the little runner, doesn't get the drop. Rebound on the move. Pern takes it all the way to the basket.
Couldn't finish.
Now the Jets steady. Just over a couple of minutes to play. It will be a late start in the NZNBL this afternoon as well. Thada Paese. Xavier Pern playing against a lot of familiar faces today. Taking on Wynyard, getting after it as well. I like to see that from Xavier Pern.
Showed some great effort there for Xavier Pern. Just stayed with it, missed it. Napier Cowley there just took his eye off the ball, tried to catch it with one hand.
Well, we talked about taking opportunities, and Xavier Pern certainly doing that in this game. Here's Hayden Carr, started the quarter with a nice basket, shoots for 3 and drains that.
Nice shot from the young man.
Yeah, a couple of good baskets in this quarter. Panthers up to 22. Manawatū underneath, off the glass. Oh, Lambert in and out.
Good movement from Lambert.
Foul there, Manawatū reaching in. Thankfully, the fouls have dried up a bit in this second half. Because believe it or not, If you've just joined us, we had 23 free throws in the first half. Remembering that the Sky Broadband Rapid League is 4 by 4 minute quarters, so that's 23 free throws in 8 minutes. There's only been one in the second half. That's it. Oh, pass easily picked off by Manawatū. He was just waiting for that. Actually took a bump off that pass out to Tarapese. That's what he's complaining about as well. Looked like a clear foul. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Watch this. There's the bump right there against Xavier Pern. Got away with one. Carr. He's feeling it right now, but he can't get past Wynyard. Pern for three. And we're into the final 60 seconds. That Rams record may just stay. Scoring has dried up somewhat for the Jets in this last quarter. Wild with the rebound. Pern to Wild. Good hand in the lane by Lambert, and now Perry with the foul. Oh, you are kidding me. That won't count, but Tyson Tarapese, even he can stop and have a laugh about that. That was a one-hander. Look at this. There's the foul. Watch this. Oh, yeah. Well, maybe a second hand was there as well. He wanted it counted. That's not going to happen. He's only got the 10 points in this game, Tyson Tarapese. He's below his average, but he has played his part with others stepping up. Crowley Napier with 10. Manawatū 18. Well, he's not to be outdone just yet. Pass in. Wild pass from the baseline. Brody Perry was off target there. And they hand it straight back to the Jets.
32 seconds ago, 55.
Can they score 6 in the next 32 seconds? Tarapese has just landed a 3. Got some space here. So too Manawatū. Doesn't hit it. And I think the Rams record is going to be safe. Perry. On that baseline drive, Sam Durham is fouled. Certainly looked like toppling that 60-point record, didn't it? What were they, 34 at the half? 38 at the half. They've been held to 17 in this second half. Durham for 3. He's been right on target, Sam Durham, but just has not been able to land one. And a BNZ player timeout for the Jets. They're going to bring it forward and take the last shot of the game. Your chance. There's the QR code on screen. You know the drill by now. BNZ ticket to the big game. And I know that thousands of tickets have already been snapped up. So scan that QR code, fill in your details for your chance to get off to a Sal's NBL game this season. School groups, community groups, great for that. Have a night out, get your mates together.
Best entertainment in town.
It is, yeah. We've seen some fantastic highlights so far this season. Not sure that was the plan. Manawatū did get it up in time, but rushed in the end. So that'll do us. Jets take the win 55-22. They don't get that record, but they do win the game by 33. Manawatū, the leading scorer with 18. Rightio, let's take a break. Sal's NBL not too far away now. Jets and the Panthers coming your way this afternoon. It is the first of a triple header. As we look ahead, going to see a bit more of Tyson Tarapese this afternoon. No Corey Webster for the Jets, and the Panthers have some changes as well. We'll be back here shortly at Fly Palmy Arena for the Sal's NBL, the first of a triple header, the Jets and the Panthers.
In a moment, don't forget out in the foyer, there are the Jets fans to make the clappers, to make lots of noise. All right, During our free throws, we're going to open them up into the green and hold them high so that the hanger is green. So make sure you've got your clappers. If you've got them there, I want to hear them. Make some noise. Let's put our hands together for the Indian Panthers for making it through from Auckland for tonight's game. Let's give a warm, Palmy welcome to the Indian Panthers that are here today. Some of the guys are still here in a minute, but we want to put our hands together anyway for our property brokers. Jets, let's make some noise, Palmy. All right, if you have just joined us, we did have a few technical issues just before the Rapid League game, so we are just running a little behind, and the game will be starting in 20 minutes. All right, the game will be starting in 20 minutes. So if you do want to grab yourself some merch, don't forget there is some Property Brokers merch out in the foyer, only a little bit left. We are almost sold out. So again, the game will be starting in 20 minutes just due to some technical issues. But get yourselves comfy and welcome once again, Palmy North, to another home game. We've probably broke your fence up against the Indian Panthers. If you have just joined us, we are just running a little behind due to some technical difficulties at the start of the Rapid League game. We will be starting in 16 minutes, so make sure you grab a seat, and we'll be starting very soon.
Kia ora everyone, hello and welcome. Nā mai hara mai. We are in the land of the mighty Manawatū Jets here at Palmy Arena. The first of a triple header in the NZNBL today. The Jets up against the Panthers. I hope you're well. Justin Nelson with you, sitting right alongside me is Natu Tofele. Great to see you back here for the second time in, what, 48 hours, mate?
Yeah, 48 hours. Back in the hangar. And this Panthers team, I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do with this young group of guys who have come in from, where they've, been able to harness some guys from all over the place to play today.
There are some changes which we'll have a chat about in just a moment. Let's have a look at the ladder as it sits at the moment in the NZNBL. Sharks got up over the Giants last night, and yesterday afternoon the Bulls on the road took down the Hawks. Saints and the Rams out on top. The Bulls cementing that third position with that win yesterday. Airs and the Fire play later tonight. Jets are on a real winning streak at the moment, aren't they? They win today, which they should. That'll be 4 straight wins here at home, and they are climbing the ladder rapidly. Tuatara at home this afternoon. That'll be a big game against the Rams. And look at the Sharks coming good. Exciting. They've won their last 3. Looking really good on that ladder and in some form, aren't they?
They had a great game last night. You caught that one.
Yep, they look good.
Good win against the Giants. Was it about 22
thereabouts? Yeah. It all becomes a bit of a blur after a while.
They potentially could get Sam Timmins.
Oh, not potentially, they will. Yeah, he's coming at some stage.
He comes at some stage. That's going to add, like I said before, add to their defence, and that's going to make them a lot better,
So here's what's coming up today, triple header. As we said, Jets and the Panthers about to start. Tuatara and the Rams this afternoon. Airs and the Fire tonight. Fire have lost their last 2. Saints and the Hawks tomorrow afternoon. That game also live on Sky Open. Sky Broadband Rapid League from 1:30 p.m. NZNBL from 2:30 p.m. in the capital. The Hawks, they will be desperate to win that one against the in-form Saints. And the Nuggets tomorrow night against the Giants. The Giants on the southern swing are 0-8. Nuggets, for me, they've got to win tomorrow night, though, to stay in touch with those above them. That'll be an interesting one. Rightio, Panthers starters for this one, and they are a different-looking team today. Lepo, Singh, Matthew, Pyer and Lee get the start. We're used to seeing those 5 players for the Panthers, but due to unavailability, out for personal reasons, a couple of players injured, they have 5 new faces that have come in today to help out, including a number of amateurs from other players around the NZNBL who have been cleared to the Panthers for this game. So the show goes on. But this starting 5 do have some experience. Young Cooper Lepo is a player that is on the rise. He's getting better and better with every opportunity. And I had the opportunity to catch up with the young man a short time ago. Cooper, a little bit of a different looking team today for the Panthers. I gather the mentality of the group is next player up.
Yeah, we've got a lot of new players in, some from the Bulls, some from the Jets, and then obviously 5 of us from the original Panthers team. But yeah, just, learning everybody's names this morning that shoot around. But, it's good to see new faces and get out of there and play.
You're having a really good season. Looks like you've taken this opportunity with the Panthers, get your name out there, get your game out there. You look like you're having fun, and we're seeing improvement in your own game every single week. How are you enjoying the season so far?
Yeah, it's fun. Just grateful for the opportunity, obviously, to showcase at the highest level of basketball in New Zealand. And obviously, it's been a roller coaster ride for the Indian Panthers, but I guess that's kind of what happens in the first year of the NBL. A lot of roller coasters, a lot of people pulling out, different people coming in, and it was good. I've been part of this team for a little while, and then tonight I'm going to get a starting 5 spot opportunity and just trying to showcase my name.
Being a local Auckland boy, the family and the friends, I gather they've been watching on and seeing you get out there and play some hoops?
Yeah, every time I go home, there's always a new family member saying, just proud of me for the efforts and the way I'm playing the game. Just grateful for the family supporting behind me.
Well done, mate. Great to see you out there. Best of luck today against the Jets.
Thank you very much.
Nata, it was great to catch up with this young man, Cooper Lepo. Yep. He has taken every opportunity this season with the Panthers, stepped in to help them out as they waited for players, and he's really cemented his position in this team. He's taken the bull by the horn, so to speak, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's got good genes. His dad, Mason Lepo, was played for the Auckland Stars when they were successful with Tab Baldwin, And so, you know, I'm excited to see him play live. You know,
I think he's going to get a lot of minutes today too. I think he's going to go out there and he's not afraid to put up a shot either.
No,
he's going to get on the attack, going to be fun to watch. So let's have a look at the Jets starters for this one. And there is a notable omission through injury. No Corey Webster this afternoon. Sitting on the sidelines, he is out with a hip injury, suffered on Friday night, or Thursday night it was. Russo Nance, Williams Jr., Miller Jose, Gibson and Goins are the starters. There's the mercurial one, Corey Webster, watching a little bit of rest and rehab, I think, today.
Yeah, I think so.
I think if it had been an opponent a little bit further up the ladder and at full strength, he would have played. So I wouldn't worry too much, Jets fans. I think Corey Webster is okay. Dante Russo Nance, we're going to see a lot of him this afternoon. Let's go and have a chat with him. Dante, Jets are in a bit of form right now. Another home game, and hopefully for you and the team, another win.
Yeah, we just got to come out strong today. We did a good job defensively last game, holding key players to a low amount of points. So if we can do that again tonight, I think we'll be pretty good.
One of the real key strengths of the Jets right now, when you force turnovers, you're turning it into points. Best in the league at doing that. Is that something the team works on, talks about, or you just come out and get down to business?
Just kind of something that happens, just finding the open man. We got a good enough team to be able to take the right open shots when we do create turnovers. So just being smart with the ball and being composed is a good thing for us.
What about Isaac Miller-Jose? He's been a handy addition to the starting unit.
Yeah, he came in quite recently, and he's just been able to gain more confidence as the games and weeks go by. So, yeah, glad he was able to have a good game, and hopefully he can provide that some more tonight.
Best of luck.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Good to chat with Dante before the game. He's in a little bit of form, isn't he, Natū?
Yeah. He has been playing well. You know, in my opinion, you know, him and Corey Webster, are right up there with Shea Ely and Jose Lealfa. So
best backcourt.
Best backcourts, you know, in the league. And I've been really impressed with his playmaking and also his shooting. His shooting's got a lot better. Talking to his dad earlier today, you know, but he's back with Perth next year, and I'm looking forward to seeing him get some minutes, you know, like, because he's playing, you know, exceptionally well.
Well, he's going to be the man today, no Corey Webster. I'll tell you what, Boy Tuach and Will Davo Hickey is a backcourt, pretty exciting as well for the Tuatara. There's a few around, there's no doubt about that. Chemist Warehouse head-to-head. Here's the form of the two teams. Jets have won their last 3, and they are absolute favourites to win this one this afternoon. 4th win in a row would take them to 7-4 with the Giants to come next week. So they are in a rich vein of form right now. Panthers, of course, still looking for their first win of the season. Points per game, I mean, this is a big one. This is a high-octane offense. We talk about it. And the Panthers just don't have the scoring punch, and they've got plenty of players out today.
Yep. It's going to be a tough one for the Panthers. I'm keen to see Lee play as well, the big fella.
Hopefully he can stay out there. He's been in a little bit of foul trouble. You know. Hopefully he can stay out there. Barter card officials for this one, Sharon Martin-Sampan and Amy Jo Clark. Now, if you're joining us and been wondering why it's a late start, we're literally about 25 minutes later than we would normally be. Earlier on today, literally a minute before we came on air in the Sky Broadband Rapid League, one of the shot clocks was brought down to Toko Wynyard in warm-up, and there it is. Look at that, crashing down. And that is a heavy unit, I've got to say, a really heavy unit. And that's why we were held up for about 20 minutes earlier today before the Sky Broadband Rapid League. And that's why we've got a late start. G'day to Eric Williams Jr. That man right there in the middle, he's the culprit. We finally found it. We were going through all of the vision because it was before we came on air to try and find out who was the culprit. To Toko Wynyard.
Yeah. Fortunately, that piece of equipment didn't land on the ground or on anyone's head.
Yeah.
So, and it's still
functioning. That shot clock at that end is in the corner now. That's where it'll sit for the game. There's big Xingzi Lee. He's a big unit, isn't he? Oh. Giant of a man. And we're not too far away from a start. The Panthers up against the Jets. Even without Corey Webster, when you consider the form that the Jets are in and you consider the multitude of changes for the Panthers today, you'd have to think the Jets big favourites to get another win here.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's a good opportunity for Tony Webster to get that second unit, give guys a run and see how they perform.
And second game in 48 hours, so a chance to rest some legs, and they've got the Giants to come next week. Lee and Miller-Jose. Miller-Jose just thumps it straight down to Eric Williams. Miles Gibson on the pull-up, bang like that. How was that? 4 seconds. 4 seconds for the opening basket of this one this afternoon. Clean all the way for the Jets. Tushal Singh turns it over. Dante Russo-Nance to finish at the other end. And just like that, within 20 seconds, it's a 4-zip start for the Jets.
You've got to be real careful with your ball handling skills around Dante Russo-Nance's hands. He gets them in those passing lanes and deflections. Lee for 3.
Oh, and he banks it in, the big fella. Zhengzi Lee. He'll be happy to see that one go down off his first shot. Opening points for the Panthers. Russo-Nance to Miller-Jose.
Just couldn't finish on that one.
Sijin Matthew. I wouldn't be surprised with these changes for the Panthers today, whether these 5 guys in particular just go out, just take the brakes and the clamps off, and they just get up a lot of shots. I can see that happening. Miller-Jose loves to go coast to coast. And there's the first foul of the afternoon for Zhengzi Lee.
Like you said earlier, it's important he stays on the floor. That's his first foul. We're only a minute and 15 seconds into the game.
Well, that's the danger, isn't it?
Yeah.
If he gets fouled out, this Panthers team don't have a lot of height behind him.
I would have liked to see him wall up there, you know.
Miller-Jose, MVP on Friday night for mine. He was fantastic, wasn't he?
Yeah. He's a challenge because he can get defensive rebounds and just push and get out there.
There you go, Cooper Lepo. As I said, X's and O's out the window for the Panthers this afternoon. Green light for everyone, and Cooper Lepo loves a green light. Gibson for 3. Zhengzi Lee, the big guy, gets up, knocked out of his hands by Russo-Nance.
Nice early 3 from Cooper Lepo.
Hey, take a picture of the scoreboard. Panthers lead by 2. Early stages, of course. Yeah. Really good of some of the other teams to help out with some players today as well. Actually clearing them across for the day. Lepo's off to the Chemist Warehouse for 2 here. Foul on Russo-Nance. I think they've brought in, what did we say, 5 players? About 5 players have come across. They'll come off the bench at some stage this afternoon. I think we're going to see a lot of Cooper Lepo today.
Yep.
And he's going to enjoy the opportunity. Terrific young man as well, Natu. I spoke to him in that interview before the game. Just a pleasant young guy to have a chat with. And just buzzing. Just really buzzing at the opportunity to play. You know, I know it's been a roller coaster, Natu, for the Panthers the first 8 weeks of the season, or first 7 weeks of the season. It's been a really tough gig for them, but what we have seen is, as Gibson knocks down a 2, just some young guys, some young Kiwis giving an opportunity.
That's the good thing about the league and the Panthers.
There's Tushal Singh. You know he can score as well. Zhengzi Lee was wide open inside. Lepo goes to the hoop. He adds another 2. They're out by 4. Nice start for Cooper Lepo. He's got 7. Russo-Nance. I think we're going to see some good things from Dante today.
There goes those long arms of Dante Russo-Nance, getting deflections.
Lee. Byrne. Normally a Jet, today a Panther, and he banks it in. Oh, nice stuff.
Panthers by 4, 13-9.
Well, these guys, they're not worrying about the changes. They're just getting out and playing basketball. And one man who can certainly play basketball is Miles Gibson.
That's where he's got the best looking stroke.
Sweet shot, isn't it? I'm with you. Yep. I'm right there with you. That mid-range, I think it's the nicest in the competition. Lepo, tough shot over the top of Milajos.
Great pass. Dante.
Outlet for Goins. And the Jets start to find some rhythm. They tie it up. Kenny Goins just plays a role, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's a real glue guy in this competition. Lee, oh, the pass was hot for the cut of Singh.
Yeah.
And that may have just come off a Jet's hand. So it's going to be a Panthers ball. Deflection there. Kingsley Lee takes a seat. Brodie Perry, there's another familiar face. Familiar name, familiar hairstyle.
On the Bulls.
Yeah, the Bulls have cleared him for the day to come and play for the Panthers. Matthew with the long-range shot. Dante Russo-Nance, you've got to close that out. Matthew with the rebound, outlet to Pern. He's got Singh further out to the right. Pulls up the dribble, and the pass was too much in the end for
Caught in
Brodie
two
Perry.
minds, whether to go to the basket or whether to pass.
Cooper Lepo, 7 points for the Panthers. Miles Gibson has a perfect 6 for the Jets.
Yeah, good D from Brodie Perry.
No Corey Webster today. You actually saw that injury late on Thursday night against the Fi. The Jets getting up for a nice win there, but he exited the game, didn't he, Corey Webster?
Yep.
And was holding the hip. Williams Jr. just snatched it away, and the Jets take the lead.
The Spider-Man.
Yeah, a little bit like that, you're right. He got the start today in Webster's absence. Chishal Singh, tough shot. Got it to go around Goins. Nothing easy about that. Look at the run of Dion Collins into the game.
That's what the Jets are really good at. As soon as you score, you got to get back and transition defense. Otherwise, they're running.
Singh likes his chances here. Up over Miles Gibson. Why not? Chishal Singh. He was singing from the rafters there. 17 apiece.
Oh, Singh read the passing lane. Nearly got that one.
I'm glad the Barter Card officials let that little bump go as well. Gibson for 3. That's off to the right. Rebound, Pern. Panthers want to get out and run. Pern left it behind. Lucky for him, Lepo was there. Oh, I'll tell you what, Cooper Lepo is just saying, hey, I'm here to play. He's up to 10. And you know what? He looks like he's having some fun.
Yeah, he is. He's enjoying it out there. Look, oh, good hands from Perry.
Goins, Russo-Nance for 3. What are we, 6 minutes in, 20 apiece.
Yeah.
This is a nice little contest. Lepo. Oh, Goins slapped that away. And it's going to be a Panthers ball out of that. Barter Card officials confer, they're happy. Mind you, I reckon what gave it away is Kenny Coynes tried to chase it down and keep it in. So even if it was a 50-50 ball, that sort of body language says, I'm trying to stop it from going out. Singh. Lepo. Dante Russo-Nance is aware of this now. Closes the gap.
So is Kenny Goins here. Here he is.
Lepo. Oh, left it behind.
Great hands.
And Singh fouls in the end. I think Kenny Goins was just saying to the officials, let the whistle go on that one. We're off on a fast break. We're happy to forgo the foul and take the points. What do you make of the start here, Natu? Because we came in expecting a blowout. Yeah,
we expect a blowout, but sometimes, you know, teams, you know, they drop to the level of the opposition, and
maybe the opposition as well. A little bit of, you know, emotion.
Yeah, and that's getting them going. You know, they're playing off emotion, the Panthers at the moment, and the Jets are just going through the motions.
Got some real adrenaline about them, haven't they?
Yeah.
The Panthers, and they don't need that. Tushal Singh with his second foul quickly there. They need this starting five. And maybe a Brody Perry and Xavier Pern. They need their top 7 players staying in the game here. This is the danger right now. You know, Xavier Pern and Sejian Matthew are their tallest players, and at least 4 Jets are taller than both of them. Williams Jr. adds a couple. Jets by 2. Lepeau, star of the show for the Panthers so far. He's got 10. That is deep. Williams Jr. to Goins. He's got a height advantage here over Lepeau for 2.
Like that. Nice soft hands from Kenny Goins going to the basket. Kisses it off the glass.
Perry. That's tough. And he's called for the travel.
It's good defense from Kenny Goins.
And as good as this start has been for the Panthers, you just get the feeling the Jets are starting to open things up. I like this from Coach Tony Webster, rotating the bench early as well. Thada PS is out there. We expect to see a bit of him today with Corey Webster out. Tatoko Wynyard's on the floor as well. Williams Jr. saves it. Gibson. And there's an offensive foul there against Williams Jr. Even when he's got fouls being called against him, he still finds a way to smile, doesn't he? There he is. Kason Bookman and I last night during the Sharks and the Giants were talking about a coach is ever happy, and we had the conversation of which coach smiles the most. Well, we can turn that to which player smiles the most in the Sal's NBL, and it might just be Eric Williams Jr.
Miles Gibson
misses that. There he is, Williams Jr. tipping that back in.
Nice tip.
And they've scored the last 6, the Jets. And there's an offensive foul back the other way. Brody Perry has his number taken. That very distinctive hairstyle. He's got the moustache to go with it. Callum Wilde comes onto the court. He's one of the guys that has been called in late to help out. Interesting backstory as well, Natu. Callum Wilde, the number 17 for the Panthers today. He's a tiler by trade. A bathroom tiler, kitchen tiler, those sorts of tiles. He was heading to work today to tile a bathroom, I believe, as Lepeau pulls up for 3. Got the call up to come and play a game of Sal's NBL. Now, I know in the 43-year history of the Sal's NBL, and you've been a big part of that, Natu, there's been some interesting stories, can we say?
Yep.
That's got to be right up there.
Yeah, it has to be.
What would you rather be doing? Playing live on television around the world in the Sal's NBL, or tiling a bathroom?
Playing in the Sal's NBL, and you know, there'll be some laughs on Monday when he goes back to work.
Oh, what a story. Yeah. What a story to tell. Here he is setting a big screen as well. Lepeau opens him up for 3. Oh, and that one's off target. Oh, Xavier Pern may have done enough here. He has.
Great save by Xavier Pern.
Smart work. I'm sure there was a few confused Jets fans when they walked in and saw Xavier Pern in a Panthers uniform today.
I'd like to see the Panthers get the ball into the big fella. To Lee.
He's back out there. Yeah, mind you, speaking of big fellas, Tatoko Wynyard's not small either. And he looks a little bit small against Xingzi Lee.
Short.
Dion Collins. Tata Payese. That one deep. Lee with the rebound. Wild wants to give it up. Minute to play in this opening quarter.
Horn set, Panthers.
Lepo on the move here. Corner ball, Pern, open three. That's hit the top of the backboard. He'll want that shot back again. Russo Nance. Oh, that may have come off his hand, Russo Nance. He's pleading, saying it didn't. Stephen Pye is walking away having a smile, a very guilty-looking smile. Need to see that again, but given the reaction of Stephen Pye, I reckon Dante's got a case there.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
Tushal Singh is back out there on 2 fouls. He's got to be careful. Panthers need him today. Lee waiting for some movement. Tushal Singh gets on the drive and draws contact from Dion Collins.
The driving lane opened up. A great pass from Lee and just saw the lane drove.
GJ Gardner home replay.
Straight line drive. Foul.
Back of the iron for Tushal Singh. He's got a nice little backstory as well. Literally stepped off a plane, jumped into his first game. They put him on the court in the Sky Broadband Rapid League, and I reckon he had 18 points or something like that, 16, 18 points. Just came out straight away, and we talked about adrenaline, stepping off a plane. Played with a fair bit of adrenaline that day. Dying stages. Russo Nance looking for the last shot here. Fires up over Steve Pye. Rebound, Lee, Tushal Singh. Pye, didn't get it off in time. Just after the buzzer. And that'll do us. 1 quarter down in the Sal's NBL this afternoon. It's been a late start. It's been an interesting afternoon. The first of a triple header. The Jets lead it by 6.
After that, you can take from anywhere in the kit. There we go. There we go. Nice, pop the pieces down. Okay. 15 seconds. One, and stop. Right there, last one. Awesome work. Nice job, Lockie. You've got 3 pizza slices there. And I'm going to give you a GJ Gardner Holmes basketball to take as well. Well done. Grab those pizzas. Good job. Let's give it up for Lockie.
Welcome back to Fly Palmy Arena. Saturday afternoon hoops, the first of a triple header in the Sal's NBL today. 1 quarter down, and the Jets lead it by 6. Great to see the fans out here in the mighty Manawatū. Large veggie pizza. That's this week's special with thanks to Sal's. Check it out, all the details there on screen. Second quarter about to start. Manawatū and the Panthers competitive in that opening quarter.
Yeah. Just in that quarter time break, you could hear Coach Tony Webster giving them a little bit of a spray.
There was a lot of animation there, wasn't there?
Yeah, he's just unhappy with the defensive effort, but now that's a good start there.
Miller Jose with the steal at one end, yep. Russo Nance with the finish. Yeah, it was very animated amongst the Jets bench during that quarter time break. A lot of raised voices.
Nice hard show there from Kenny Goins.
Pyer inside to Lee, knocked out by Gibson.
Gibson. Front the post and get help on the weak side, and Gibson was there with that steal.
Got a feeling that rev up at quarter time has done its job. I think the Jets are going to get on a run here. Margin at 10. A Tony Webster spray. Tushal Singh stepping back. That's a good answer. And that was a good answer over the man who's probably the best in the business at that, Miles Gibson.
Yeah. TJ Singh's quite unorthodox, but you know he's an unorthodox type player. And
Tushal Singh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but look, he's
crafty.
He's crafty. Look at that.
Back-to-back baskets.
Nice crossover and getting to a strong hand and finishing on the rim.
Nice from the Panthers.
Coach Webster not very happy with that one. Got him.
Well, Tushal Singh had an opening layup, and just to add a little bit to it, decided to go with a reverse layup.
Yeah. Went into the miss, and the Panthers can cut it to 4.
So a nice little response here from the Panthers. Jets came out and hit the opening couple of baskets. Panthers have hit the last 2. Stephen Pyer on Goins. He draws a foul. So they are definitely battling away today.
Well, I like that mentality of the Panthers. They're just coming out here and giving it a shot. They've just been going to compete, put shots up, attack the basket. And we've got to, you know, they're only down 6 at the moment. So,
as I like to say, Natu, it is a sport saying back in my homeland. I'm not sure whether it's well known in or as well known in New Zealand, but guts and determination. A little bit of G&D, guts and determination. We're seeing that today, aren't we?
It is well known, yeah. We've just seen that from the Panthers. Pyer makes both.
And they are back to 4. So they've scored the last 6. Miller Jose. Oh, the target was Gibson, and Pyer had it covered.
Pyer's really showing out on the defensive end here. You know, he's being aggressive, hands in the passing lane, reading switches. So great job there on their last. And now the Panthers have the ball again.
Singh.
There's those long arms of Dante Russo-Nance.
Did well. Goins takes it all the way. And they've teamed up a couple of times, those two. Oh, the big fella. Jinxie Lee kept the ball in there and nearly took out the entire Jets bench. Slapped away, Goins with a block. Gibson feeling it. Rebound. Matthew getting up nice and strong. Just looking down the Jets bench, there was some serious fear in their eyes, the coaching staff, when Jinxie Lee nearly ran through them. Here he is. Lee will head to the Chemist Warehouse stripe for 2. You feel like it would take a bit to scare Tony Webster and Tim McTamney, but they nearly got cleaned up then.
Look out. Here comes the freight train.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, he's going at pace too. I'm surprised he managed to control the speed and put on the brakes.
Well, he started the afternoon with a 3-pointer, didn't he?
Yeah.
Here we go. Have a look at this. GJ Gardnerhome's replay. Oh, he's nearly taken out the Jets bench. He splits the pair at the coloured stripe. 3-on-2.
The transition break.
Russo-Nance with the miss.
Pyer for 3.
And he nails it. Stephen Pyer.
We've got a 2-point game.
They have answered in a big way. They were down by 10 in the opening minute of this second quarter. It's back to 2. Pyer, good hands.
Just holding his ground.
Singh. Oh, turns back around. Russo-Nance steps around Goin and adds 2 with a bonus to come. That was nifty stuff from Tushal Singh. A little bit of shake and bake on Russo-Nance. Have a look at this. And then he got around Kenny Goins as well. Chance
to take the lead
for the Panthers to lead the game. Can't convert to Shaln Singh. He's only 40% from the stripe this season, so it's not his favourite spot. Goins likes this matchup on Matthew, who slaps it away. It'll count though. Ball was on the way down. Nearly got there.
Matthew got up. Man, Matthew's got some spring in his.
Sijin Matthew.
Yeah.
There's Singh. There's Miller-Jose in front of him. Likes the matchup. One way, then the other. Brody Perry. Jets to come again. He's got plenty of height on the court here. Kenny Goins pulls up for three. Nice. Oh, Kenny. He's up to 9 points now. Hasn't missed a shot, Kenny Goins. He's got a couple of blocks, a steal as well. Margin out to 5. Cooper Lepo's back into the game. He had a wonderful opening quarter for the Panthers. Oh, extra step there. Looked like one. Missed everything. Jets come forward. Goins gives it up.
And for 3.
Miller-Jose, an offensive rebound, banging bodies. And he'll have to do the hard work from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Isaac Miller-Jose coming off a, what was it, a 20-point game a couple of nights ago? Career high for him in the Sal's NBL. And this is his one Achilles heel right here. He's 0 of 3 from the stripe. Goes at 33% on the season. 0 of 4. As I said, that's his Achilles heel. Cooper Lepo had 10 points in the opening quarter. Pyer spinning, good hand. Williams Jr., yeah. And now Dante Rousseau-Nance all the way to the cup. He's up to 12. This is a game really made for Dante, isn't it? Yeah. You got an opposition team, X's and O's out the window. And a little foul there on Rousseau-Nance reaching in. Yeah. That's his second.
It's good to see that, you know, Dante Rousseau-Nance's intensity is still at the same level as it would be, you know, in this game. You know, he's not having any of it. He's, since Tony Webster gave him the blast, you know, he's right there.
He's got 12 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and a couple of triples. So he's been active, Natu, for sure. Lepo up and under. Foul is called on Manawatū, who's just come into the game.
That's 2 shots.
Yeah, I think you're right. In the bonus. So Cooper Lepo heads to the Chemist Warehouse. Don't forget, every made shot from the coloured stripe this season, with thanks to Chemist Warehouse, donating money to Hoops in Parks and Hoops in Schools across New Zealand. Yep. Fantastic program from Basketball New Zealand, and great support from Chemist Warehouse.
Yeah, absolutely. Lepo missed the first one. Makes the
second one is good. He's 3 of 4.
And Lee checks back in the game for Matthew.
So margin at 6 midway through the second. Goins. Collins has Lee in front of him. Lee slaps it out of his hand. Collins on the turnaround. Williams keeps it alive. Now gives it to Manawatū. And a nice hand there, Stephen Pyer. Yeah, he's knocked it off the leg of Tinashe.
Stephen Pyer showed me some great defensive words today.
I like it.
Good body position, always in the right spot at the right time, great hands.
A couple of steals in the game. Lepo to Lee to Pern. Turnover intended for Lepo, picked up by Manawatū. Look out, Kenny Goins just had to stop and drop, but had the time.
Had Lee posted there, the option.
Kenny Goins is a perfect 13 points at 100%. Pyer, Lee, sealing inside.
Oh, can't finish.
Almost made the easy look hard, didn't he? Gibson ran straight into Lee there. Lee did not move an inch. Turns it over though on the pass. Kenny, we are getting in Williams.
Good block from Xavier Pern.
Panthers survived there.
Yeah.
Lepo as Williams tracking him, just searching for a foul. Eric Williams Jr.
Not a clever play from Williams Jr. They're in the boat. They're in the penalty, and it just sends Lepo to the line.
Well, it just looked like he wanted the foul. Not sure what he was thinking there. And Lepo's 3 of 4 from this spot, so you'd expect him to hit at least one. There it is. So a bit of a silly mistake there from Eric Williams Jr. Lepo adds the second. So he is definitely enjoying himself out there today. And we're down to 6. Both teams have their BNZ player timeout alive. Goins. I'll tell you one man who is stepping it up for the Jets today. Kenny Goins, 15 points, has not missed.
Perry for 3.
Look great off the hand. And he just flicks the mullet as well. That might be a new signal for us to talk about. Goins.
Goins with a mismatch.
Another mate. He is a perfect 8 of 8 Natu.
Yeah.
Lepo to Lee to Pyer. Can hit a 3.
He hits a 3.
Well, you talked him up. You've been talking about this man, Stephen Pyer.
He can play.
Came into the game averaging 2 points a game. He's up to 8. Manawatū, he's not going to get past Lee. Sends it to Goins. He's finally missed. He's human. He's human. 15. In fact, make it 17 points for Kenny Goins in this first half. Lepo for 3. And a little hands foul there from Stephen Pyer. Margin at 4 as Pyer takes a seat. What did you think of the Brodie Perry mullet flick after the 3-pointer?
Well,
how long was your hair back in the day? Not as long as that, I'm guessing.
No idea. I had a flat top, mate.
Still got a flat top. That hasn't changed. Collins.
Oh, good isolation.
Feeds Gibson.
Good pass from Collins.
Smart, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Miles Gibson had a hot start today. He's up to 10 points now on the Chemist Warehouse stat sheet. Tuatara and the Rams to come. Ayres and the Phi tonight from New Plymouth. Not sure if that young man realises his sign was turned upside down. Anyway. Lepo. Lee. I had Lepo on the cut, but chipping in.
Travel.
And a travel in the end for Miles Gibson. And that was just purely because he was trying to get out of the way of Cooper Lepo in the end. Just unlucky. Yeah, he was jumping over the top, wasn't he?
Yep.
Sushal Singh is back out there. He's done some nice things today as well. May add, oh no, he won't get past Gibson. Picked up by Goins to Williams. Rises up off the glass. And they're just on one of these little mini runs, aren't they, the Jets? Panthers need something late here. They have hung in there the whole way. Lepeau wants to go to the basket. Slapped away by Kenny Goins for another block. That's his third.
Yep.
We're going to get a timeout to the Panthers here with 15.7 seconds to play. There's block number 3. Nice and easy for big Kenny Goins.
It's a good timeout from Coach Meskel. 4 up a play. About 8 seconds on the shot clock.
He's got the reins today, Morgan Maskell. Yep. No Jonathan Goodman. Sterling Sports, the online store for all your Sal's NBL merch. And the City Edition. Rapid League uniforms as well. Scan that QR code. It'll take you straight through the store. Some T-shirts and hoodies and all your favourite team gear in there. Go and check it out. And buy your favourite threads with thanks to Sterling Sports and New Balance. Got to say, I think a lot of people tuning in when the news came that the Panthers were forced to make at least 5 changes today, and some new faces coming in, some players cleared across to help out and all sorts of stuff. I think people were expecting a big margin, but they have certainly stepped up and made a fist of it, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. They've competed really well and made shots. And it's only a 9-point lead.
And a chance to score here out of the timeout. Let's see what they can do. I think Xingzhen Li was initially the target. Comes out to Lepeau now. Shot clock at 4. Target was Lee, taking it away. Goins has had a wonderful first half. Gibson off to the stripe for the bonus. Foul on Cooper Lepeau. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Goins has been in everything. There's the foul on Cooper Lepeau.
Yeah, Goins, he's quite versatile, can lead a break, can finish, can shoot the 3. And that time we've just seen him, great bounce pass over to Miles Gibson to finish.
May not have picked it up at the other end off that inbound, but the play drawn up was for an inbound to Xingzhen Li, and Dion Collins did a number on him defensively, and that's why the pass didn't get to him. So we've got a BNZ player timeout, or we're about to, because Stephen Pyer will call it. Has to be the player with the ball in the hand. So we'll keep that QR code up on screen, because the Panthers will call their BNZ player timeout. They'll come together for 30 seconds and advance the ball to look at a late shot here in the first half. Scan that QR code, fill in your details, your chance to win some tickets to the Sal's NBL this season. Pick a game, pick your favourite team, get your mates together. Thousands of tickets have been given away so far, with thanks to BNZ and the ticket to the big game. Wonderful program. Good crowd down in Southland last night to see the Sharks get up over the Giants. And the Hawks had a big crowd, big Anzac Day crowd as well yesterday afternoon. They went down to the Bulls by 8. What can the Panthers do here late? Pyer to Lee to Pyer. Got to get something up late. Got it away in time. And nails it, Stephen Pyer. He put his hand up as if to say, that's the way we drew it up during the BNZ player timeout. And he's had a good first half, hasn't he?
Yes.
Here's the replay. Just signalled to the bench and said, yeah, coach, that's how we drew it up during that player timeout. So he heads in to half-time, Stephen Pyer. He's got 14 points. He's actually leading the scoring for the Panthers. Actually, we'll just correct that. He's got 11. Cooper Lepeau has 13. Jets leaded by 9 at the half. We're going to take a quick break from Fly Palmy Arena, and we'll be right back with the Chemist Warehouse stats.
And 3 seconds to go. Easy, right, free throw. Alrighty, keep it up, keep it up. Good, keep it going. Where's my clock over there? Let's cheer them on, come on, a little more. Keep it up so far. You've got the Benny the Bear and a ticket. We've got 4 seconds. Last one. Woo! Nice. Awesome work. Let's give it up for him. We've got a ticket to the next home game, a Benny the Bear, and a Jets t-shirt you're taking away. I'll grab that out of my bag. Come on over this way. Of course, all game days are brought to you by Manawatū and TRC Toyota. Today's halftime entertainment is something a little different. Come this way. Keep walking. Sorry, guys. Today is a special day for us here in the Manawatū as we welcome our friends from the Indian Panthers. We had a very special opportunity presented to us last night at the Sikh temple, where both teams were invited to a traditional blessing and a fantastic dinner. Both teams sat together and learned about the difference in cultures and how special our Indian community is to us here in Palmerston North. Today is our corporate sponsor. In box up top is Harpreet Gill from Property Brokers and Luckily Dillon from Big Barrel. Both are members of the Sikh temple. More. Where both teams spent last night, ownership, management and the team would like to extend a heartfelt thank you for your hospitality and graciousness. So thank you. To cap off these incredible 2 days, we have members from the Shri Dance Academy who will entertain us today at halftime. Please put your hands together and welcome the Shri Dance Academy.
Nā mai hoki mai, welcome back to Fly Palmy Arena. NZNBL action this afternoon between the Jets and the Panthers. And some good stuff here in the mighty Manawatū, bringing the Indian community together at half-time. I know the two teams attended a function with the local Sikh community last night here in Palmerston North, and some halftime entertainment. Fantastic stuff. And this is what the Indian Panthers can bring to the NZNBL, Natu Tapale. Some culture. Yep. Love to see it.
Bring their Indian community into the game. More fans, more people watching our game. And the game's growing over in India. So, you know, I know that the NBA's had a huge influence with the junior NBA in India in more recent times. So, yeah, game building in a country that's growing, and also, you know, the opportunity to play in front of New Zealand fans.
I think the great thing here too is it's an away game for the Panthers. So this isn't a Panthers home game. This is here in Palmerston North, getting the Indian community together and coming out for today's game and putting on some entertainment as well. So well done to the Property Brokers, Manawatū Jets and the local Indian community. Fantastic stuff. Right now, let's have a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats. It's a half-time. Take us through the Natu.
Yeah, points. Kenny Goins, 17 points. Miles Gibson, 14. Dante Ushanance with 12. Williams Jr. with 8 and Collins with 2. For the Panthers, Kupalepo with 13. Pyle with 11. Singh with 10. Lee with 4 and Xavier Pym with 3. Rebounds, Junior with Eric Williams Jr. with 9, Miller Joseph with 4, Kenny Goings with 3, Dante Russo-Nance and Collins with 2, Matthew with 5, Lee with 5, Singh with 3, and Xavier Pym with 1. Go to assists, Dante Russo-Nance with 4, Kenny Goings with 3, Mana Bonanza with 2, and Miller Joseph 2, and Collins with 2. For the Panthers, Lee has 3 assists, Cooper Lepo with 2, Singh with 2, Xavier Pym with 1.
Keep an eye on those Lee passes as well. They are bullets.
We've got blocks. Kenny Goins got 3 blocks. Top 4 Wynyard with 1, and Miles Gibson with 1. Xavier Pym with 1 for the Panthers. And steals, Russo, Nance, Goins, and Gibson all with 2 steals apiece. Mana Bonanzo and Miller Joseph 1. Paya with 2, and Lepo with 1.
So half-time here, triple header in the Salons, the NBL. Tuatara and the Rams coming your way on Sky Sport from Auckland this afternoon. And then tonight we head to New Plymouth, where the Airs will take on the Fire. A couple of games tomorrow as well. We'll have a chat about them on the other side of the break. Second half, not too far away. The Jets lead it by 9.
Thank you once again to Dance Academy. Want to say a massive thank you to our game day sponsor Manawatū and TRC Toyota.
Where to from here, New Zealand? To amazing places, places of opportunity, technology, possibility, sustainability, every ability, places that are for all to enjoy. Yeah, everyone. Let's enjoy the past forged by those that came before us, but also find new ones, maybe better ones. Life is our journey. Aotearoa, our magnificent waka. Haere mai, New Zealand. Let's go places.
Welcome back, second half. Moments away from tipping off here in Palmerston North. Jets, they're on a bit of a run right now. They're in some really good form. Looking for their 7th win of the season here today. They lead the Panthers by 9. Justin Nelson with you. Natu Tafale sitting right beside me, as always, here in Palmerston North, former coach, of course, of the Jets for 3 years, Natū. But right now, I want to talk some international basketball with you because the Trans-Tasman Throwdown is on the way. The Tall Blacks up against the Aussie Boomers and the 2 Degrees Tall Ferns taking on the Australian Opals. They play in Australia, Adelaide and the Sunshine Coast, May 7, May 9, and then they're back here in New Zealand, in Hamilton, on Sunday, May the 11th at Glowbox Arena. Tickets on sale now from Ticketek. Gee, it's been a while since the Kiwis and the Aussies have gone head-to-head. I can't wait for this.
I can't wait for this either. Looking forward to seeing how Judd prepares his group for that series. And,
well, a couple of new coaches, Judd Flavel, although he's had some games in charge already, and Nat Hurst for the 2 Degrees Tall Ferns as well. So, yeah, looking forward to that. Grab your tickets now. Come and see us in Hamilton on Sunday, May 11. All the action will be live on Sky Sport as well in all 3 of those clashes. There's been some good games between the Kiwis and the Aussies over the years as well. It's hard to believe it's been 10 years.
It's been a long time coming, and it's that's exciting for all our Tall Black fans.
Absolutely, and Tall Ferns.
Yeah, and Tall Ferns.
It's the one you fire up for, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, you want to beat those Aussies, don't you?
Yeah. Take it easy, mate.
Second half coming up. I think the Jets have had to work a little bit harder for this than what they may have thought.
Yeah, I think Tony Weeks have kept them in the changing rooms for a little bit longer than usual. No doubt giving them a bit of a spray, but let's see what happens in the first few minutes of this quarter. I'm imagining the Jets will come out a lot more aggressively on the defensive end.
Yeah, I think so too. Credit to the Panthers. I came down to the stadium this morning to do a little bit of pre-broadcast prep, and they were actually here going through their walkthrough, and a lot of these guys were meeting each other for the first time. Just introducing themselves. There's Cooper Lepeau. He's had a really good first half. But they have come out and made a real fist of this one. Terrific to see. It's going to be a Jets ball to start. Kenny Goins to take possession. For me, he was the star of the show in the first half, wasn't he? Here's Russo Nance. No Corey Webster this afternoon on the sidelines with a hip injury.
Oh, he was got an isolation in the post. Gibson on Cooper Lepeau. Oh, he missed that one.
Don't see him miss too many of those.
No.
Shinsley Lee with another rebound. Here he is taking it down below his knees on Miller Jose. Leaves it short on the turnaround hook. He's got 4 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists this afternoon. And almost cleaned up the entire Jets bench at one stage. For 3. Kenny Goins getting up. Look at that. There. And another effort, third effort in the end for the Jets. Williams Jr.
Goins kept it alive, and Williams Jr. just followed up. Sideline on ball.
Matthew Lepeau pulls up the dribble. Singh
trying to get the ball inside to Lee, but Goins did a good job of doubling up down there.
Singh turn around. Lee was there, tried to knock it back.
Jets are off and running again.
Williams Jr. Matthew with another rebound. CG Matthew under pressure now from Gibson. Tushel Singh, you've been impressed with him, haven't you?
Yeah, look.
There he is. Adds 2. He's drives. He's white. Change of direction, really good.
Kenny Goins is out on him, but he just crossed over and got to the rim.
Oh, look out. Gibson's wide open.
Missed that one.
Don't see him miss too many of those.
That's a Paya.
They let him go one-on-one with Gibson. That's a tough shot from Stephen Paya. Oh, wow. He had Miles Gibson, who's got about 3 inches on him, all up in his face then. Outstretched arm. Russo Nance, Miller Jose, Williams Jr. Stephen Paya today, 14 points. That's his 4th triple, Natū.
Yeah, that was in transition. Rebound, Poe. Luke Cooper got it out and kicked it to Pye.
Singh looking to go again. Williams Jr. keeps his hands out. Singh eventually got a shot up. And Tushel
He's showing
Singh,
me some stuff.
he's up to 14 points as well now. Margin at 6.
The isolation again with Gibson inside. This
Got the size on Lepo, hasn't he?
oh, block from Matthews.
Matthew came across. And I reckon that's been tipped in by Lee. Not sure who's going to get the points for that one, but it looked like it came off the big hand of Chengzi Lee. Here's Lepo. Stephen Pye, that's from the car park. He was a long way out. Miller Jose on the run. He's not going to stop. And he's been found by Cooper Lepo.
One, there's a good foul. You know,
Well,
Miller Jose hasn't been great from the line. So
0-4 today. So, yeah, I think you're right. Good foul in the grand scheme of things. Wanted to chat with you about those two games coming up tomorrow, Natu. Saints and the Hawks. Rapid League at 1:30 in the capital. Sal's NBL at 2:30. Grab your tickets for that one. It'll be a big crowd again, as always, for the Saints. Just some desperate times at the moment for the Hawks.
yeah, they've lost a few in a row now.
I think it's at least their last two.
And you don't want to be having that kind of record before you go in against the Saints at home, who have been, you know, who have won quite convincingly their last 4 games. So tough ask for the Hawks. Here goes Singh at the top.
Oh, just over dribbled it, didn't he?
Give it into Miller Jose, who finishes with a nice layup.
Hawks at the moment sit 8th on the ladder, 5 wins, 5 losses. They got the Saints tomorrow. High up. He knocks that out of play.
Good job by Miller Jose to stay in front of Pye. He was trying to get by him, but he didn't get a seam, so had to settle for his floater, and then Miller Jose got the rebound. So yeah, good defensive play there from Miller Jose. Posting Miles Gibson again.
Gibson inside over Lee, and it's a 10-7 run now in this third quarter. Jets out by 12. That matches their biggest lead of the game. Lepo got it to the corner. Stephen Pye looked like he took an extra step there too. That went unseen.
Gets her off running. Great pass on Teresa Nance.
Lee with the heavy foul. He's immediately apologetic and steps across to see if Miles Gibson is okay. He is.
Shoots 2. Yeah, the last 3-4 positions down the floor, the Jets are trying to get. Oh, there's that great pass on Dante Wilson Nance.
Look at Jingzi Lee's reaction there straight away. He got up in the air and had nowhere to go.
Yeah, just talking before, the last 3 positions down the floor, the Jets have looked to isolate Gibson in the post because he's got Cooper guarding him, and I'd like to see Cooper try and front the post and get some help on the weak side and put some pressure on the wing passer, turn the wing passer into a dribbler or a driver.
I'll tell you what Miles Gibson does, and we've seen it a number of times this season. He sneaks up on you. He's up to 20 points now. Yeah. He is an accumulator. And the margin at 14. Maybe this is the break right now. The Panthers have stuck around, banking it in. Lee for 2.
Nice short roll.
They have stuck around, but this just seems like it could be the straw that breaks the camel's back. 12 at the moment, although they come again.
Singh.
On the drive now, little hesitation. Gets deep underneath, somehow finds Pye in the corner around Miller Jose over the top of Goins. And at the moment, the Jets want to run under pressure. Goins, they may not get this out. Oh, foul in the end for Pyer.
Coach Webster just yelling out instructions to his team. He believes they're shooting too many threes and should be trying to get to the basket. So get to the rim, as he's saying. So
Panthers were within 1 second of a backcourt violation then. 1 second on that foul.
A staggered. Goins shooting a three.
It's been big today, Goins. Gibson underneath on Pern. He's got 22. And some pressure there as well. Pern had to check the rear view mirror to make sure he was clear. Singh. Pern's going to get picked up. Is he for the screen? No. Screen was good. Yeah, Williams on the push. Maybe the only time we haven't seen him smiling today. Let's have a look at it again.
Trying to blow up that hand off.
Just bounced off Pern, didn't he?
Yeah.
67-53. It's been a really interesting day today. Earlier in the Sky Broadband Rapid League, which, by the way, the Jets won 55-22. Big win for them. We had a huge delay at the start because the shot clock was knocked off its mountings. There it is sitting on a table now, knocked off its mountings in the warm-up, thanks to Toko Wynyard. Turnover, that looks deep for Williams, keeps it in, but straight to Singh. And now they've got a numerical advantage. Lee.
Oh, Lee couldn't hold that one in.
Couldn't grasp it, and now waiting up the other end, classic cherry picker, Eric Williams Jr., who had only just stepped back onto the court. That's why he was all the way up the other end. Looked like an extra step there for Xavier Pern. Jets steady. 3.5 to play in this third quarter. Hope you're enjoying the action. ESPN in the United States today, or tonight. Hope you're well.
Gibson trying to post Singh, but this time Singh got around and was able to knock that ball free.
Pern open for three. Hello to everyone also on FIBA YouTube around the world, and of course the home of basketball right here in New Zealand, Sky Sport. Every game live. Dante Russo-Nance has slowed up a bit this quarter. He draws contact there. It's been held to 12 points in the game, Natu.
Yeah. Just haven't been able to get a rhythm going, the Jets. Even though they are still leading this game by 16, they still haven't been able to get their normal rhythm going. So
I saw you before the game today having a chat to Dante's father, who was here Thursday night, I should say, here again today as well. You two were some old war stories between the pair of you.
Yeah, from many years ago when he was playing for Harbour and I was playing for the Lakers, Hutt Valley Lakers.
What was he like as a player?
He was really athletic. Dante could do with some of that athleticism, but that's okay. He's got other great skills, you know. He'll get that. Yeah, we had a really good chat about Dante and where he's.
There he is.
What's happening this year at the end of this NBL season. We talked about how, you know, he's playing really well in the league at the moment. You know, he's averaging, you know, close to 20 points a game, 21.
He is. He's over 20 a game.
Yeah, and his assists have been high. And for me, you know, his defense, that, you know, people don't realise how great a defender he is. He's great in positional defence and his hands in the passing lane. So, you know, I just said it was great to see him playing so well in the league, and hope he goes well when he heads back to Perth.
Yeah, back to the Wildcats in the Australian NBL. I want to know amongst those stories, Tushal Singh. Oh, that was halfway down. I want to know amongst those stories between you and Sean, who embellished the stories back in the day more, you or him?
Oh, probably me, mate.
Tushal Singh with the foul there.
Yeah, I got a lot of stories, you know, about many players that played against in the league who are now coaches. You know, I played against Judd Flavel and
Mike Fitchett, you would have played against Mike Fitchett. You would have been young in the day.
I was just coming out of the league when Mike started playing.
Yeah.
And then also Brent Matahaere. I remember Brent playing for the Hawks, and we beat him in a semi-final and then we beat the Rams in the final to win the league. So, Brent, he was an uncompromising physical player.
He's going to join us in commentary in the next few weeks as well. Brent Matahaere. Be good to catch up with him down south. I like the fact that you talked about the finals. Cooper Lebeau adds 3. He had a hot start, didn't he, today?
He did. Now maybe he's getting that radar back on, but that was a nice step back 3.
Of course, 43 years the Sal's NBL. Russo Nance throwing well. Williams Jr. Big offensive rebound, Wynyard's out there now. He can't get it off the glass. And in the end, Miles Gibson, just too much height out there right now for the Jets.
None of the Panthers were looking to box out there.
I reckon they're up to about 15 offensive rebounds now. He's wedged that. Just on the Hutt Valley Lakers, talking about 43 years of history in the Sal's NBL. Hutt Valley Lakers won a couple of championships back in the day.
Yeah, we did. We won a couple. Made the Final Four, 4 years in a row, won 2 out of that 4.
Give us some star players from that period, Natu.
Yeah, for us, we had Tony Brown and Daryl Johnson, who are a great 1-2 tandem. Plus Peter Porkeye and Warren Adams, the brother of Stephen Adams, older brother of Stephen Adams. So
that's a handy team.
We had a great team. Rams had a great team as well. They had Ralph Lattimore, Chris Tupu, really good team. And also, you can talk about a number of different teams. Leonard King with the Nuggets and Brent Matahaere with the Nuggets and the Rams as well. So.
We are winding back the clock this afternoon, aren't we?
But we want to talk about those days.
I'm fascinated. I love hearing the stories.
Nice work from Dion Collins getting on the inside of Wild.
Wild with the foul. I always enjoy the stories. Good to hear from you. Lindsay Tate tells a fantastic story or two. And of course, Casey Frank, he's got all the stories. If they're not his, there's someone else's stories. He loves to tell the stories from the history and the years of the Sal's NBL as well. No doubt our viewers enjoy it. Collins converts from the Chemist Warehouse. And while we were telling those stories, Cooper Lebeau was adding some more points for the Panthers. He's up to 18 now. Collins on the second, gets that to go.
The Jets with a bit of momentum now.
Out by 20
now.
Yeah, you felt that it was going to happen at some stage, but got to say, Panthers team have been really competitive and a lot of courage today. Here's Lebeau. And an offensive foul, Callum Wild. He has cleaned up Dante Russo-Nance. He's back on his feet.
Let's have a look at that one. Here he comes.
Yeah, he just stepped up, didn't he?
Just a little bit late, I'd say.
He's a big target.
Yeah.
And I think what made it look worse is Dante Russo-Nance had no idea that it was coming. Good that he's back to his feet, though, and having a bit of a chuckle with Cooper Lebeau. There's the big fellas on the court at the moment. Callum Wild and Toko Wynyard. Goins wants Wynyard.
Great help from Perry.
Now, if this is on Callum Wild, and I think it is, it most certainly is on Callum Wild. That is his third personal foul. And I'll just wait for the stats to update, because he could go into the record books today, Callum Wild. And I'll tell you why in just a moment. We've already told the incredible story that he was headed for work today. He's a tiler, a kitchen and bathroom tiler. He's headed for work today and got the call up to come and run around in the Sal's NBL, which is going to go down in history as one of the, talking of yarns and stories, Natu, that's going to go down in history as one of the great stories of all time. But I'll just wait for the Chemist Warehouse stats to update.
Dante Russo-Nance thought he had a steal. You know, he knocked the ball free, but officials thought he said something, and I didn't think he said anything, but he's got a technical foul.
Lepo hits that. So Callum Wild, 3 fouls in, what is it? It's going to be 47 seconds. That's what I wanted to keep an eye on. 3 fouls in 47 seconds. He may go down in history today as the player to foul out in the quickest amount of time ever in the Sal's NBL. Keep an eye on it. Dying stages of this third quarter. Jets have cleared out. 26-15 run in this quarter. And
just flattening out and letting Dante Russo-Nance, he'll get a high on ball. Here comes Toko. Let's see what happens here.
Shot clock just inside the game clock. Pulls up, adds 2. Classic Dante Russo-Nance. Late opportunity, mid-court. Lepo, too much on it. And the Jets have turned on the engines. Strap yourself in. They've opened it up in the third quarter. Panthers competitive, but the Jets getting away from them in the last 10 minutes. A quarter to play here at Palmy Arena this afternoon.
Three, 2, 1, where you go? Nice. Anywhere in the key, anywhere in the key. 20 seconds, keep it up, let's cheer him on Leo. Halfway, 15 seconds. He's got 1 so far. 2 there, 4 seconds, let's go, last one. And stop it there, well done. Was that 2? 2? Well done, awesome work. I'm going to give you a ticket to the next home game, and you can also take that ball as well. Come over here. Happy birthday, Leo, over here. Leo, over here.
Nā mai hoki mai, welcome back to the mighty Manawatū. The fans always come out in their green and they always have a good time here at Palmy Arena. Jets lead it by 22 with a quarter to play. They put the foot down in that third quarter. Justin Nelson, Natu Tofale with you as we get underway in this last quarter. And you just wonder whether the steam has come out of this Panthers team, Natu.
Yeah, I think so. You know, an easy 2 there for Coins in the post again. You know, the Jets isolating mismatches in the post and just going to those.
Lee to the corner, Carr for 3. He's onto the floor. Singh, step back three. Tough shot. A little bit short in the end. We've seen it a lot from the Panthers, haven't we?
Yep. In
their inaugural season, 0-8 coming into this, searching for their first win. Miles on the turnaround. We've seen it a lot where they've been really competitive for a half.
Yep.
And then the win comes out of the sails. Just haven't got the experience and talent just yet to play out a 40-minute game at this level. Learning a lot though. Tashel Singh's been good today.
Yeah, he has. They cleared out one side for him to go at Williams, and a little bit of a crossover and to the hoop with the layup.
16 for him. Goins wide open.
Wide open for 3.
Right off the hand.
Good box out there from Carr. The Panthers with the ball.
Gibson has 24 for the Jets. Goins 17. Sing on the drive again, up and over the top. Russo Nance.
Oh, he just lost the handles there.
Lee, bullet pass. Pyer has been draining triples from everywhere this afternoon. So too, Cooper Lepeau. That one up over the top. We've been fascinated by the battle between Lepeau and Russo Nance today, Natu, and they've got a little bit of history, but it's friendly history, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. They both were at St. Cadogan College in Auckland. Cooper was a year 9, year 10 student, and Dante was year 13. So, yeah, Dante was his mentor, you know. Cooper's looked up to him, so it's great to see them both on the court against each other. So
there they are. Right now. Sal's NBL is just filled with so many stories like that, isn't it?
Yeah. I thank his dad for that message because he messaged me on.
He's watching on?
Yeah, he's watching on, so it's good information. Thanks, Mason.
Hope you're well, Mason. You'll be really proud of your boy today. Timeout for the Panthers. I've been very impressed with Cooper Lepeau.
Yep.
Not just his ability to score 19 points, but just having a red-hot go at both ends of the floor. You love to see it.
Yeah, the 16-year-old is not doing too badly, is he?
Kenny Goins unable to keep that wild pass in. There's the Sal's super special for this week. Get in and grab a slice of the large veggie pizza. I just want to bring up the Trans-Tasman. I want to bring back up the Trans-Tasman throwdown that is on the way shortly between New Zealand and Australia. So Hamilton on Sunday, May the 11th. Grab your tickets now from Ticketek. Come and join us for that one. It'll be the Tall Blacks and the Boomers first, and then the 2 Degrees Tall Ferns up against the Opals second on that afternoon at Glowbox Arena. Grab your tickets. It'll be a sellout. It'll be a huge game. 10 years, as we said, since the Aussies and the Kiwis have gone head-to-head. And I've seen some of the players that have already been announced for those games for both countries. There's some serious talent.
Yeah, absolutely. International basketball at its best. Don't miss out.
Oh, turnover. Bang! Flushing it down. Williams Jr. That was a big mistake there from the Panthers.
Yeah, just a bit sloppy.
Not what they needed.
Oh,
turnover there as well. Good hands. Will get up here and should have finished. Just lost a handle on it at the end, and Russo Nance.
Great follow by Russo Nance. Yeah, that was great defense from Milojos on Lee. He just managed to get over the top of that post, deflected the ball.
17 offensive rebounds today for the Jets. Into the action, Sam Durham, unable to hit that three. He's on debut here today. Out of South Auckland, Kenny Goins. Up to 19.
Yeah, they're just going to their post matchups, mismatches, and just allowing, you know, whoever's in the post to score. Lepeau with a nice right-hand runner.
That was nice. Mason will be chalking that one down. Probably having a sip of Allen P for every point that his boy makes.
Wins in the post now.
Turn around. Gibson. Williams Jr. Well, he'd like his time there again. But that is his 9th offensive rebound, Natu. And a foul called there late, hand in the back on Tushel Singh. Eric Williams Jr. got the start today because, of course, Corey Webster is out. He's now got 20 points, 17 rebounds, 3 assists and 4 steals, 9 offensive boards. That's a fair day's work.
Oh, he's stacking the stat sheet. Mr. Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's the nickname you've dubbed him with today, yeah. Spider-Man. I don't mind it.
Nice soft pass.
Lee, big steps to the hoop. Got a little bit frustrated there with Kenny Goins.
Williams Jr.
The man we've been talking about. Well, he had a sneaky look at a three there.
And there's
Miles Gibson can't get it to go. 28 for him on the Chemist Warehouse stat sheet. 5 minutes to play, or just over. Cooper Lepeau not afraid to have a go. Got the start today and has made the most of it. Tuatara and the Rams to come this afternoon. Miller Jose, back of the iron. Here's Lepeau on the drive. Tough shot from there.
Missed that floater. Oh, Lee's there.
Yeah, he's down behind play. We'll get back to that in a moment. Miller Jose on the turnaround, left that well short. And we're going to get a stop here once the Panthers take possession. So, there he is, Shingzi Lee.
Sure, what happened there?
Just waves everyone away. I'm okay. I think he just wanted a breather.
Yeah.
Gets up. Now the trainer's come onto the court, so he's going to have to be subbed off. He's got a finger injury, that's what it is. So he's come down. For a big unit like Shingzi Lee, it's an index finger injury. There he is holding it.
Yeah, I've had one of those before. It's tough, man.
Well, he's actually got it bandaged up, so it's troubled him before today, clearly.
Yep.
Margin at 30. Jets have pulled away in the second half.
Oh, looked good out of the hand, but
looked great, didn't it?
Yeah, just didn't make that one, but that's okay.
Gibson staring at a 30-piece here. Step back underneath, misses that. Another offensive rebound. And he'll have to do it from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Just that lack of size.
Yeah.
Let's have a look here on the replay. Here's Shingzi Lee. Oh, and he's just copped his finger on the way through there. I thought it was actually when he fell to the ground, but it wasn't. Here he is getting some ice.
Just on the approach with Tony, I like his approach. He's still getting on his players to get up on defense. Who you got, and this is the stuff that these players need to understand. You know, even though you're going to get this one against the Panthers, you got bigger fish to fry that's coming up. So got to get those habits down.
Perry for three. Lepeau pulls up off one dribble and nails it. He's a really good shooter, isn't he? Jets the next three. Giants at home, Saints away, Bulls at home. Don't forget they played the Saints here, what, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago? That was a thriller. Saints won by 1.
Good high-low action from Goins to Collins.
And he's
so
fouled
good
as well.
recognition, you know, Dante looking inside, can't get Collins the ball, threw it high post, high-low action, and Collins finishes with a layup and 1.
This will be the Jets' 4th win in a row. They take on the Giants on this floor next week. Now, some big news for Jets fans. Mark this down. We have received a little bit of a whisper today that on Monday there's going to be a special ticket offer put out by the Jets for all remaining home games this season. They've had some really good crowds here this season as well.
Yeah.
But there is a ticket offer going out on Monday for the remainder of home games here at Fly Palmy Arena. And I've been told that if you're a Jets fan, you want to keep an eye out for it, because apparently it is a very, very good offer, Natū. So well done on the Jets for the promotion. Their team is in form, and they don't want to just get a big crowd. No. They want to fill this place, so good on them. Keep an eye out for that. Gibson loses a handle on it. Brody Perry is fouled, and he'll go and have a look at a couple of shots. I'm not sure what the offer is, by the way. I've just had the whisper in the ear to say there's something coming on Monday.
It's a bit of innovation from the Jets organisation, so it's
good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Well, they win today, which they will. They're 7-4. They've got the Giants coming next. They'll start warm favourites there. If they move to 8-4 with the Saints and the Bulls after that, I mean, this is a team with a lot of confidence right now. Perry, back of the iron, misses that. Wynyard with the rebound. Just over 2.5 to play. It's been a 45-22 second half from the Jets. At another three, and Dante Russo-Nance says thank you. He's been waiting for that one. He was 2 of 9 from downtown before that. Speaking of downtown, oh, Cooper.
Back.
Cooper Lepeau and Dante Russo-Nance renewing their school friendship now, having a little bit of fun. Lepeau has 27. Wynyard, long time in the key. Back to back? No.
It's Carr.
Falls into the hands of Hayden Carr. In and out of trouble. Back into trouble. Russo-Nance to Gibson. Matthew with the block. Now it falls to the run of Beckham. Lepeau. He needed to bend that like Beckham to try and get that in.
That one, but however, a couple of subs coming in for the Panthers.
Well, what I'm interested in here is Hayden Wild's about to come back in. 3 fouls. Oh, he did end up playing 3 minutes, so I'm not sure what the record is in the Cells NBL. We'll keep an eye on him. Hopefully he can stay out of trouble here. And the Panthers to bring it in, 31 the margin. Well, if nothing else, Natu, we've had a bit of fun today.
Yeah, we have. You know, we've had a broken shot clock. It's nearly fallen off. Slow the game down. The Panthers came out in the first half and really shocked us a little bit.
They did. Really competitive in the first half. Down by only 6 at halftime. Final 90 seconds. Here at Fly Palmy Arena. Here's Carr. And I don't think the clock or the shot clock started there. So we have dragged a few things out today, it must be said. We've had a lot of stoppages. We had 23 foul shots in the first half of the Rapid League game. 23. Brody Perry comes in for CG and Matthew. His day is finished. Hasn't scored. 7 rebounds and a couple of blocks for him. Ball in for Brody Perry. Pushes one up off the glass. Rebound by Lambert. Matabanazzo. Lots of pressure from Durham pushing in. Tarapaese. We know he can score. Deep 2. Carr with the rebound. He's got runners out here. Perry. Corner. And a travel call there. Just a little bit awkward, wasn't it, from Sam Durham under pressure. He looks like he's just super keen to get on the scoreboard. Sam Durham on debut.
Tapaese.
Loves a 3. In and out.
Good rebound. That's Kaya Lambert.
Tarapaese. There we go. Only a matter of time. You can't give him that many looks. Just over 30 seconds to play. Carr on the drive. Tarapaese knocks that out of his hands. Tyson today. First points in the game, believe it or not. With that 3. And surely Morgan Maskell hasn't called a timeout, has he? What does he just want the players to recite each other's names just to check if they know each other by now?
Well, we knew the Jets would win this one. They got up.
What do they take away from it, Natu?
Yeah, I think Coach Webster will be saying, look, you won't be taking things for granted. That this is the thing, that the lesson they've got to learn. Like, teams are going to be coming for them. They've won 4 in a row now.
Yep.
So they've got to do a better job of connecting with the instructions on the floor. You know, at times you can see him telling his players, yelling to his players to push the ball, and they weren't pushing the ball, and stop shooting threes and get to the rim. So those sort of things, you know, they've had this game to tidy that up, and I think that's what they've learned. They've learned that they're coming into another stretch of games which are going to be tough. And having Corey out for this one to rest his knee gives him some time to get his injury right.
Yep.
Before they head into that stretch of games.
Some real camaraderie between these two teams over the last day or so. They joined each other for a meal last night at the local Sikh temple. They went out there, and a little bit of culture, a little bit of learning, and something to eat. And I believe they're also catching up for a meal tonight, these two teams. So some real hospitality being shown by the Jets to the Panthers, which is great to see. Dying stages here. Here's Durham on that baseline, and I'll tell you what, Tyson Tata-Paese knocked that out of Durham's hands, and it went straight into the leg of Brody Perry, who is still standing outside of play. That's why the Jets just got possession back. And a foul there by Shirlane Beckham. But importantly, out of all of this, the Jets are going to move to 7-4, and they are a legitimate contender, Natu.
Yep.
4 wins in a row here at home.
They've all been at home.
Yep.
This stretch of games have been at home.
And some good opponents too.
Yeah.
The Airs, the Hawks, the Five. And now the Panthers, as Tata-Paese drains back-to-back threes. And just to keep us here a little bit longer, Brody Perry has called a BNZ player timeout. Good on him. That'll give us one last chance to bring up the QR code. There it is, the BNZ ticket to the big game. Fill in your details. And hopefully you'll find yourself off to a Selms NBL game with thanks to our friends at BNZ, proud partners of the BNZ ticket to the big game. Jets family, they love it, don't they? They're having fun. Just saw the owner there, actually, watching on.
Yep.
Great man. Tim Morton, of course.
Morton.
He'll be enjoying another win for the Jets. What can the Panthers do here? Like, oh, they were looking for Sam Durham, and now Tyson Tata-Paese is going to just stretch this one out a little bit longer with 1.6 seconds on the clock as they look for a late basket. Every point counts, Natu.
Yep.
Let's not forget that.
They've cracked the 100 again. So
They have, yeah. Came in the second highest scorer or scoring team in the competition. They'll be number 1 after this. Let's see if they get something late. Wonder if Tata-Paese called that BNZ player timeout, went to the team and said, right, give me the ball. He's hit the last 2 threes, why wouldn't you? Let's see if he gets it here. Looks like Wynyard's going to set a screen, or no. They're going to go down, and a big block. Hayden Carr on the buzzer. A highlight for him. He picked it. He's all smiles. His team's just gone down by 36, but he's chest bumping and high-fiving and all smiles. The Jets get it by 36 in the end. A highlight for Hayden Carr, but a good win for the team in green.
yeah, absolutely. And that continues their roll. You know, they've got some momentum. You know, Tony Webster, Coach Webster can iron some of those things out that he didn't like what he saw today, and they've given Corey some rest. For the Panthers, it's back to the drawing board, and we wonder who we'll see in their lineup in their next game. So a good win by the Jets, 36 points, kept their 100 games average, 100 points per game average. And the fans here, again, enjoying the success that the Jets have had in the last 4 games. the 4 wins have been on the Fly Palmy Arena, so that's been a good thing for the community. Points: Miles Gibson with 30, Dante Russo-Nance 21, Williams Jr. with 20, Kenny Goins with 19, Collins with 7, Lepo with 27.
Yeah, we've got to point that out. Well done, young man.
He's played really well for the 16-year-old. 27 points.
Career high, well done.
Yeah, Singh with
awesome.
16, Pyle with 14, Lee with 6, and Perry with 4. Rebounds: Eric Williams Jr. had 18 rebounds.
18
rebounds.
Just bear with me for 2 seconds, Natu, because I want to point this out. He's had the 18 rebounds and 9 of them offensive.
9 offensive rebounds. Kenny Goins with 9, Miller, Jose, Nance, and Gibson all with 8, or Gibson with 6. For the Panthers, Lee had 10, Matthew had 7, Singh with 5, and Pern and Lepo both with 2. Let's go to assists. Dante Russo-Nance with 6, Kenny Goins with 5, Ena Bonanzo with 3, Miller, Jose, and Collins with 2 apiece. Lepo with 3 assists, Lee with 3, Singh with 2, Pern with 1, and Beckham with 1. The blocks: Kenny Goins 3 blocks, Tucker Wynyard 1 block, Gibson with 1 block, Matthew with 2, Xavier Pern with 1, and Carr with 1. Right at the end there. Steals: Eric Williams Jr. had 4, 3 to Dante Russo-Nance, and Miller, Jose, Kenny Goins, and Miles Gibson all had 2 apiece. Pye had 2, Singh had 2, Perry with 1, and Lepo with 1 for the Panthers.
So that wraps it up from Fly Palmy Arena this afternoon. There's a lot more Sal's NBL action to come your way over the weekend. Tuatara and the Rams, not too far away from a start. Go and check that one out. That's going to be a huge one this afternoon. All the action, of course, on Sky Sport here in New Zealand, ESPN throughout the United States, and FIBA YouTube around the world. Airs and the Phi to come tonight. Really looking forward to seeing how the Phi come out for that one. They've lost their last 2. And then a couple tomorrow to finish us off for week 7. The Saints and the Hawks. The Hawks headed to the capital. They're going to be desperate for a win there. And the Nuggets, speaking of desperation for wins, the Nuggets, they have to get that win tomorrow against the Giants. The Giants still searching for their first win of the season. The kids are meeting the stars, as is always the case in the Sal's NBL. And the Jets head home happy with a win here. 106-70 on behalf of the team here at Fly Palmy Arena for Sky Sport. Natu Tofale, this is Justin Nelson wishing you all the very best. Bye-bye for now.